get on here live with you.
Yeah, man, for sure.
I've been wanting to make it happen. And here we are. Let me get my little screen going. Okay. Okay. Welcome, welcome. It's ComicHead 84 and friends.
Yo.
Yo, what's up, guys?
What's happening? We got none other than the comic Jabroni.
What's up, guys? Nice to be on here.
One of the coolest names in the game, dude. The comic Jabroni. I love that.
The comic Jabroni, man.
That is fire. And none other than 90 miles from comics, Chad.
Yo, what's going on, Kenny? Thanks for having me, man. This is awesome. It's about time we made this happen. I want to say this. Probably outside of like my friends that first subscribed to my YouTube channel, I want to say you're probably like the first like comic community person to subscribe to my channel, if I'm not mistaken, man. So I just want to like shout you out on that, man. So
I noticed you early on, just around in the in Comic Tom's chat rooms and stuff. I'm like, what's this guy up to? Because you had cool little, because not many people do the tag along haul videos. Like you bring the camera in the comic shop and you dig.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, man. Well, that's something like I try to do in my videos, just to kind of give you like a feel of, you know, what I find. And like sometimes, you know, you find gold, you know, when you do that, you know, so it's pretty cool. And then also it just try to be informational, you know, about things that you find in the shop. And yeah, man, it's just, I don't know, try to do something different, you know, because there's, as you guys know, there's a lot of, you know, comic book YouTubers out there, especially nowadays, you know.
Yeah, so, there's a lot.
You know, I'm just trying to
change. You got to change your game up. You know, you got to have a different gimmick.
Yeah, for sure. And like I said, just try to like, you know, bring you guys in the store with me in a sense, you know. And I just think it's something that's kind of cool and just adds another element to my videos, you know. And if you know, of course,
best thing I come up with is just drop shit, you know.
Yeah,
drop on the ground.
That's ComicHead. That's your gimmick, man.
My trail that way. No, definitely not on purpose. Like I was running before. I'm trying to rebrand, man.
Try to rebrand from that? That's too funny.
Got to change it up, man.
Let's hop into the chat real quick.
Let's see who's on.
Jack, I don't know if he's still in the room, but he had mentioned that he said he was in, but he might jump back. So we'll see if let me know if you're still in the house. Biggie Shack, Gorilla Grodd in the building.
My homie Rod's here. Just the
Rican, man. And that's another Florida boy, man. That's my guy.
Rod the Rican, who's got the best hat game on YouTube.
Yeah, he does.
He's got sharp hats, which I respect very much. Perry Comics. Perry Comics has been doing his thing lately. Great channel. So make sure you're checking out Perry Comics. I'm just
for real though, shout out to everyone in here because I know Bueller's on right now. So
anyway, yeah, Bueller. Yeah, and I think Comic Tom's gonna start up here soon too.
Yeah. So shout out that.
So hey, yo,
anyone in
to everybody that's in here,
you know, because that's real love right there. You know it. You know.
Yeah, we're gonna do our best to make it worth the while. We got some fun stuff in store for you.
Yep.
And you know how ComicHead gets down in his live chats. Anything goes, baby. You know? This is no holds barred, hell in a cell type shit, guys.
Shit.
So like buckle up. Our boy Ruben in the house. Big fan of Mr. Ruben. Mr. Jabroni's biggest fan.
That's my beautiful wife.
I suspected that, which that's very sweet. Thank you for joining us.
Showing love. She's showing love.
That's a beautiful thing. The Gray Man from across the pond in the UK. Good day to you. Oh, it's like really late night for him, I think, is how that works. Mr. Genome presents the snake charmer himself. If you guys are into like snakes and lizards and stuff, he just dropped like a 4-video series on how to like extract venom from snakes, and he interviewed like the owner of a snake ranch.
That's pretty cool.
This is pretty wild stuff. So if you're
just into animals, you should just check that out.
Yep, indeed. Mr. Rican feels like jumping in, bro. This is what did I just say a minute ago? ComicHead's live chat is no holds barred.
No holds barred, man.
It's Royal
Telling
Rumble.
the sell.
Matter of fact, Royal Rumble style. Every 30 seconds, I want a new motherfucker to run in.
With the entrance music's got to be going too, man.
Yes, I want to hear some.
Bro, that kind of happened Tuesday night on my show.
I know.
It was it was crazy, man. Like I set it up with Jeffrey, and then I'm in a chat, I guess, with all those other guys, and I just threw the link up there just for the hell of it. I'm like, hey, if anyone wants to jump in, and then all of a sudden it just became like
it just blew up.
Oh, bro. Euler hopped in, C. Woodard hopped in, Chad from the Comic Core hopped in. It was a lot of like people were coming and going. Like it was crazy. So
man,
I noticed that you were the belle of the ball on that one.
Yeah, bro. Hey, yeah, man. I lucked out there, man. Shout outs to those guys. I'm just a small fish in the big pond.
Let's see. I'm in the middle of because Mr. DeeRunk Comics is always welcome on my channel. So I'm
DeeRunk's in there
as we speak. I think I just sent it to him. So nice. We've all been acquainted to.
Hey.
There's Mr. DeeRunk.
Hey.
And there's some roboto sounds happening.
Yeah. That's from my phone.
Oh. Well, there's his theme song.
Yeah. Origato, Mr. Roboto.
Domo.
Making his way to the ring.
All right,
that was his entrance music.
Yeah, there it was.
So we've all arrived. Perry, ComicHead just got the Green Lantern. He just got the Tom Brady cover. I'm really happy to hear that, Perry. I love me the Tom Brady cover, aka Green Lantern 49. When he's got
all the rings.
He's got all the rings. Just like my boy Brady.
And your boy Robert Kraft is in a little bit of trouble. The owner of the Patriots.
Yeah, there's another ring out there.
What a setup! What a setup! If I haven't seen it.
Yo, the meme that I did see was they got a replay video of Kraft, but they don't got no replay video from that NFC Championship game.
Dude, how are you gonna? They straight up said it was a sting operation.
Oh, I believe it.
There's a bunch of big names they're trying to get, man. There's like 30 motherfuckers in there trying to get them.
Dude, I don't care.
Massage game.
If you're doing a sting operation where you get an older man in what's Kraft's like 60s?
Oh, he's got to be older than that.
He got to be older than that, man.
Oh, he looked like he was probably 60 when they won that first championship, man.
So it's like, bro, if you tell me it's a sting, meaning that the chick is in on it, meaning that she's like moving that thing along a little bit. So 84 years old, any 84-year-old man, you get him on a massage table and you start acting frisky, guess what? He's stung. Everyone's going to be stung. Anyway. What up, Spidey fan?
Yo, Spidey fan in the house. What's up, man?
So
another Texan right there.
If any of y'all had joined, Stay Puff in the house. What's up, brother? If any of you guys have joined the ComicHead chat before, a lot of times we're making lists. We're doing top 5 of things. When I knew I had Mr. Jabroni on, who's a Batman fan, like
little bit.
I wanted to just break down some Batman key issues because Batman's an interesting and kind of tricky character to collect for, which I'm realizing because full disclosure, I'm like lifelong. Well, I mean, I took some good lapses here and there, but lifelong comic fan and reader. But I really started getting into like this collecting thing, like in the last year, really. So I don't have like this track record of years of collecting. So I'm like playing catch up, because I've been the past few years, but I like just never had the collector mentality. I've always just been reading like crazy, just keeping up with that, but not really collecting. And I'm realizing like, oh man, it's tough for a Batman fan out here.
Oh yeah,
it is. Oh yeah,
for sure.
You gotta have some money. You gotta have some money to do it.
I mean, and I can say this: I don't have anything like our boy Jabroni over there, but I got a couple of things I could show off that I, might be
got it right there.
Well, yeah, right first print. Yeah, I mean, but this is one I feel like is definitely you can find. Like that Harley Quinn is harder to find for sure. You know.
I love that book, man.
No, hands down. You know, so that's definitely a rare book. You know, I mean. But no, I would say Killing Joke's an obtainable book you can find, and you can find it at a decent price. Like that's not going to break your bank in a sense, you know.
But it's still a good book to have.
Oh, definitely.
And, awesome, and the story is awesome too.
Oh, of course. And then what's also cool about this book is there's many printings of it. I mean, I also have a 5th printing somewhere in one of these boxes back here. So,
what color is that one? Pink?
Yellow.
Okay.
Yeah. So
why don't we kick it off with some Killing Joke discussion?
Hey, there he is. He got it. He's got that.
I got a little slabby one. This was compliments of Comic Books NYC. He sold me this.
Nice.
He gave me
very nice.
DeeRunk,
so he sold it to you slab?
He sold it to me slab 9.6. Yeah.
Got it.
Do all of us own this book here in the chat?
Yeah.
DeeRunk, are you an owner of Killing Joke?
I've got a hardcover version of it. And just the other day, I was looking at one at my comic book shop that was actually a 12th printing.
Wow.
And the reason why I almost bought, and I didn't, but I almost went after it because the price tag said $5, 12th printing, LOL. Like he knew it was dumb that it was a 12th printing. But no, I've got the hardcover.
It's still good to have, man, and read that story. Because
yeah,
like I said, the story is awesome.
Sure.
How about that Absolute edition that they dropped last year?
The omnibus, right?
I think they technically call it Absolute
because it's only one story.
Absolutes.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because I have the Kingdom Come Absolute edition, which is, dude, that thing is beautiful. It's like comes in a slipcase. It's got like the nice little ribbon bookmark thing.
What does that have in it? Anything more than just a story?
Yeah, there's like tons of sketchbook material in it. There's like some features that are just for that.
This story, I had never read it before, and then I picked it up not too long ago, and I read it, and it's crazy, man. I love this thing.
Yeah, that is an amazing book.
Agreed.
Like that. But that Killing Joke, you know, I have the first print, but I wouldn't mind starting to like collect every other print too, just to say, okay, I got them all.
It is cool that they all have different colored.
And they got the color on there, the different color.
So the 12th printing is pea yellow color.
I'm wondering if everything after a certain print, they're all just yellow. They said to hell with it.
Yeah,
possibly.
There's not enough colors in the rainbow.
Hey, Discovery Bay, thanks for discovering us this evening.
Yo, what's up, JB?
Disco Inferno himself.
Oh, shoot.
So yeah, Killing Joke, great book to have. And that's the beautiful thing about Batman is like, there's a lot of comic characters where it's all about the first appearances. The keys are the first appearances.
Right.
You know, Batman, just certain covers, storylines get key respect. And not every character can say that, you know?
Yeah, I got a couple covers when we get there that I think, to your point, is what you're saying.
Yeah. So, and if you guys watch Tony Sanders' Grail show, sometimes they have like, he comes up with different kind of grails, a sketch grail, a cover grail. I think with Batman, he has like cover keys, you know, I guess you could call it.
Yeah, like that detective, that Tech 880, man. It's a cover key. There's nothing key in the book, but that jock cover is amazing.
Oh, I have it.
You have it?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm jealous.
I got mine up on the wall.
I don't have it. I don't have it slabbed. Hold on, where is it? I know I pulled it. Here it is. But it's actually also signed by Jock.
Ooh, nice. Yep.
So,
that is such a nice cover, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. My brother, he was at MegaCon last year, and he was like, "Yo, Jock's gonna be there. Give me that book." So I gave it to him, and he said when he went up, like no one was even in his line, and he's like, the moment and I guess he had like a row of markers, and he said like the moment he walked up to him, like he knew exactly what marker to like grab, and then exactly where he wanted to sign it. So I'm hoping I can get a Snyder signature on it, and then I mean, there's that talk that CGC is going to do that, I guess signature certification thing, but they haven't done it yet. But I know CBCS does. So if I get that Snyder signature, I might try to slab it then with them.
Dude, that's probably a good idea for that because first off, that red pen or red marker that he signed with.
Oh yeah, it looks great, doesn't it?
With the red lipstick.
Yeah, bro.
Normally, I'm not too crazy.
I could show it off again.
Show it again. Watch for the glare though.
Yeah, I can't see where the signature's at.
Hold on, let me put the camera on you.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I can barely see it myself, so sorry.
It's cool. With the red marker, it almost looks like one of those heartbeat monitors. Like,
yeah, with the heart, yeah.
The thing looks fresh. And what I was going to say was that book would actually probably look really cool with the red label on it because it's almost got like a red color scheme going there.
Now, question, do you guys just like get keys? Because like, for instance, I have this whole run. Like Black Mirror was a phenomenal read. I don't know if anyone else read that, but I highly recommend reading Black Mirror. It's Scott Snyder's first, first
run on Batman, right?
Yeah, and it's a great read. And I own every single issue on this run. And I guess to me, I'm a big Batman fan. I don't have like major keys, but a lot of the stuff I have, like I have the entire New 52 run. Like I try to like complete runs,
Right.
Like I guess that's how I try to collect my Batman, because to your point, Kenny, it's hard to like go out and buy a whole bunch of keys and stuff like that.
It is.
For instance, though, if if you want good storylines like Nightfall, like I own every issue of Nightfall, and you can hunt comic shops across America and completely collect that. You know what I'm saying? And that's a great storyline, and that's a great way to get into collecting Batman. You know what I mean? So yeah, I guess that's just my take on how I collect my Batman.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I like that.
I mean, the first thing I do with like if I go somewhere new, I'm looking through Batman and I'm looking for keys, but I'm also searching for some runs that I'm trying to complete myself,
Mm-hmm.
So I'll look for keys because I use that Key Comic Collector app. But me as a Batman fan, I know what numbers to go to. And if they're in there, I'll pick them out and then I'll start going for runs that I need to complete. Like I was telling, ComicHead, this Batman, that No Man's Land, I'm trying to complete, but it's 100 issues that I'm going through different boxes of, man.
Yeah.
And it's tough. You think you find them everywhere, but then when you start looking for them, no, they're nowhere to be found.
Some of them, yeah. So I hear you.
That matter of fact, that Black Mirror, I'm just starting to read it now, and because I think I'm starting right from the beginning with it. Dick Grayson is Batman in the beginning.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. I'm starting that now because I started checking it out because I think Commissioner Gordon's son becomes a factor in that storyline.
Yeah, bro. I don't want to say, I won't spoil nothing. Definitely want to read that. It's super sick. And and I will say this
so far where I'm reading yet, but because he just came into play in Batman Who Laughs, so that's what got me down that rabbit hole. I was like, oh,
who is? Yeah, exactly. Who's James Gordon Jr.?
Yeah, and then when I looked into it, I found that he was in that Black Mirror run. So,
I mean, speaking of Dick Grayson Batman, and he's a great Batman. Like I have the first appearance of Damian Wayne as Robin. And it's when it's Dick Grayson as Batman.
Batman.
Yeah, Dick Grayson Batman is great, man. And I'll say this, like I love the dynamic that Dick and Damian have together, So,
I love those Frank Wiley covers too.
Yeah, bro. It's super sick. Super sick. Yo, I like all the Batman talk. He ran away with the Superman shirt, bro.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah, bro.
I'm just pulling a few books. I got to the party late. So.
No, for sure, you're good, man. I'm just Joshua.
So with that Black Mirror run, there's some awesome jock covers in there too, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I could pull some out if you want.
I think the first one in that Black Mirror is a jock cover, right? Where you can see Batman through the mouth.
Yeah, I believe the whole
looks
run
like it's all jock.
Yeah,
I pulled.
There's like draping down. I know it's the cover.
That's right. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
I think it's maybe the first issue of the series.
Yeah, the first one. It's a black and white cover.
And while you grab that, Mr. Geeks Drinks and Comics, what's up, brother? Good to see you joining the chat. Spidey Fan 871, good to see you, homeboy. Appreciate you stopping by. Gorilla Grodd is plotting on my killing joke, and he says what Grodd wants, Grodd takes, and I'm a little bit afraid by that.
The first cover is this one.
Yeah, that one. And then there's a second print that's I think black and red too. That's really nice.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
I also have
Jock.
I have the first Batman jock too.
Oh, that's a nice one. Which one's that one? Batman what?
Batman Legends of the Dark Knight.
Dark Knight.
Yeah. So it's 177.
I pulled a jock with red hood.
Oh yeah, man, for sure.
So this is Batman 646. Dude, and Red Hood's got to be like one of my favorite out of kind of like the Bat family. I really dig what they did with Jason Todd.
I got you there.
Let me see. There it is. I'm plotting on that one right now, man. I really like that.
I mean, yeah, I knew we were going to be talking it, so for sure.
Raw.
Yeah.
And that's look at it. It's the newsstand.
Newsstand?
I got it.
Newsstand?
Damn, huh? Yeah, I'm jealous as hell right now.
I got one graded. It came back 9.6, and then I have this one raw.
I was going to because I was telling Jabroni that I just purchased Bane's first appearance because I don't have it.
Oh, I don't have that yet either, but it's obtainable. Like with the shop,
yeah, it's obtainable.
They have two. So
and at the prices that I was looking at, because I wanted them slabbed, and at the prices I was looking at, I could have either pulled the trigger on Bane or that Red Hood. And I was like, I went with the Bane.
Hey, I not to like bring it back to that Jock and Snyder run, but this cover right here was sick too, man.
Yeah, that's that first appearance of the dealer.
Yeah, man, that cover is sick.
That's a nice cover. That's isn't that the start of the run? The start of that storyline?
I guess so, because 871 is the first issue of it, and then it goes into. So, I mean, yeah. So, I mean, I guess that kind of like catalyst that storyline in a sense, you know. But yeah, this cover right there that's just a sick cover, man.
That is a nice cover. I've been looking for that one for a while. That's a nice cover.
Man.
Hey, DeeRunk, did you change into a Batman shirt?
What?
Yeah, bro.
I'm not going to come up with these accusations.
Nice.
I like it, bro.
I saw you with a slab in your hand. What do you got, DeeRunk? And before you answer that, Rod the Rican.
Rod wants an invite, man.
Hit me your Gmail address thing on Instagram, please, sir. That'd probably be the most efficient way for me to invite you.
So the slab I was picking up here is my Spider-Man and Batman.
That's sick.
Comic book.
Oh, I know you had that slab.
Yeah. That whenever you see a DC Marvel crossover, I usually go right after it. Yeah, I saw this one.
Oh yeah, that's a nice one.
Yeah, and those probably everyone's two favorite characters, man.
Yeah, I love them. And it's just I just get such a kick out of seeing.
And they got.
Where else are you gonna see a Bagley Batman? You know what I mean?
They got two of them too, man. There's two different stories.
Yeah, the one I had is where they fight Joker and Carnage, and then
and then Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah,
Ra's al Ghul is in the second one. So one is done like by Marvel, and then the other one was done by DC, I guess.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So, but
by the way,
Batman's done a lot.
I don't know if any of you guys can help me out here, but I noticed because usually when you're in the Google Hangouts, when someone talks, it changes the camera, right?
Yeah.
But
stuck. So what you got to do? Whoever it's stuck on, just click it once.
No, it's not that it's stuck. It's as soon as I have found that as soon as I click on someone to like make it go on them, it stays that way. It like disengages that little voice mode.
No, but then click on it. Like you have to click on whoever it's stuck on. Just click on it again.
Oh, there it is. Nice.
Yeah.
Thanks, bro.
I got you. Yeah, so anytime you want to just like highlight somebody, you just click them. It'll just stay on them, and then when you're done, just unclick them, and then it should go back.
You just dropped some knowledge on me, brother.
Yeah.
Man, you got to direct and star in your own show.
I'm typing in Mr. Rod the Rican's name.
Rod the Rican.
So somebody who's going to queue up the next Batman key. Who's queuing up the next Batman key?
Yeah. I mean, whoever.
I got a nice Neil Adams cover. I absolutely love this one right here. That Batman Brave and the Bold.
Oh, that's super nice.
Dude, I absolutely love this cover, man. With that house of mystery, which they just kind of brought back a little bit into that Adventures of Super Sons.
Oh wow! Oh, I thought it was the. How about that? What's the name? What number is it?
Which I love, by the way. I don't know if anyone else loves that, but I love.
Dude, I love the Super Sons. Them two together, Damian and John Kent.
Yeah, bro, they're awesome.
Yeah, good dynamic between them two.
And then Tomasi just writes them perfectly together, man. Like I don't know.
Tomasi writes everything perfectly.
Hands down, right? And it's funny because I was on another show on Monday nights. I'm part of this other channel called MCE, and we did Detective Comics review, and they didn't like it. I was on another show on Monday nights. I'm part of this other.
We got Rodriguez running in.
We got some feedback.
Yeah, we did Detective Comics review. They didn't like it. The mute.
I know. All right. Wow. Well, he gets situated.
Yeah. But they didn't like the run, and they don't read comics. I'm just like, oh, you guys, it's okay, you know. And they had total right to, you know, they're like, oh, there wasn't much detective work going on, but bro, Etrigan to Demon coming in, like, how he's using Hugo Strange in that run right now in Detective. I love Tomasi's writing, man. Like, I
think the Detective has been way better than the Batman with Tom King writing it. In my opinion, I'm liking Detective more.
No, right now I'm probably liking Detective more. Batman's is starting to like water down for me, but there was, you know, I did like the I Am Bane and, you know, I guess the leading up to the wedding and all that type of stuff. I dug that. So
yeah, so like a year and a half ago.
But I mean, I still collect it because, you know, it's Batman. Like he's still in my pool. I buy it every week. So
right,
you know.
No, but over the last couple months, you know, since Tomasi started doing Detective, and then I don't know, God, it was the last 3 or 4 issues of Batman, you know, where he's like in a dream or something, like
with different characters in and out. Yeah.
I don't know that. Like, I really wanted to see him continue to hunt for the person that paid KGBs to shoot.
Oh, yeah, and that was man. I agree, man.
That was cool. I was digging that story.
Yeah,
you know, he just broke the dude's neck, and
bro, he like that walked up the mountain. You know what I'm saying? And like to find KGBs. No, I'm with you on that. So, but
Batman was the same story where he was fighting Bane in Arkham, right? Where he thought Bane was running Arkham, but Bane didn't know what he was doing or something.
Yeah,
that's before all of this dream state happened.
Yeah, but Bane is running Arkham. Like,
he is. And then they just like cut it off at the kneecaps and started a whole new story. I don't understand. I wish they would have kept with that Bane.
I think it's just filler. I guess that they're trying to do. You know,
I think they're dragging their feet to get to Detective 1000 and
started a whole new story. I don't understand. I wish there he is.
Hey. Yeah, I think it's just filler.
Oh, there he is. You just gotta kill your
speakers. You gotta mute it.
Detective 1000.
A whole story. I don't understand.
Hello, guys.
Hey.
Hello, sir. Let me get your entrance music on.
Hey, sorry about that.
You gotta.
He's dropping shit.
He's dropping stuff. I wonder who he got that from.
I'm sorry. I got nervous.
Bro, you gotta kill your speakers, brother, on your computer, I think.
Yeah, we can hear the feedback. There it goes.
There we go.
Yeah.
Look at this. 5 deep, baby.
It's a party now.
Yeah, you know it. All right, so everyone's liking Tomasi on Detective. Sweet.
Yeah.
I'm digging it.
Tomasi and Mankey killing the game right now. Thank God someone is, because
I'll say this though. I mean, to say on like the DC and not to veer too much off Batman, but I'm loving Tom King and Clay Mann on Heroes in Crisis, and I think they need to give Tom King Justice League. Like, I hopped off Justice League, like, you know, and I love Snyder, but I think there's just too much going on with, you know, Justice League right now. But I think Tom King writing Justice League would be some stuff, because the way he's using all those characters in Heroes in Crisis, I just really like that interaction between all of them, man. I want to see that like as an ongoing story. So, but that's just my opinion.
I'm a fan of Heroes in Crisis.
Yeah.
One thing, if Clay Mann's drawing it,
bro, I'm reading it, bro, for sure.
Yeah, I feel like I'll even overlook some dialogue issues here and there, which I have with Heroes in Crisis. Sometimes they talk a little too.
There's a lot of dialogue. A lot of dialogue.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Sometimes their voices, they sound like it's like, yo, why does Batgirl sound like? Why does Barbara Gordon, son of Commissioner Gordon, you know, her whole, why does she sound like a hipster at a coffee shop? Like sometimes it's the dialogue is a little too casual, in my opinion.
But the artwork is amazing,
bro.
Man.
I mean,
yeah.
I'll say this, Clayman. Like I asked this the other night on my podcast. You know, like your top 3 artists right now in the game, and right now Clayman's number 1 for me. Like anything that he's doing, like I'm like, all right, I got to see that, because that shot he gave us of Lois, and then Tom King's bubble of what do you want to do towards Superman. I don't know if you guys read that part, and here I think it was here. Yeah, bro. That
Burke Nasty 54. What up, brother? Asian Funk Comics. Welcome to the chat. Asian Funk Comics just launched his YouTube channel like yesterday, I think.
Oh,
check him
time
out.
to subscribe.
There you go. Check him out.
Everyone in here, show
go subscribe.
He's got books. He's been killing it on IG for a little while now. Mr. Reed, sure. Hey, I was just talking about your hat game, and sure enough.
Well, now we can't hear him.
Oh, yeah.
Can't hear you.
He mute. Oh, bro.
There you go.
There he is. There he is.
Yeah,
nope.
now?
Oh, yeah, we can hear you now.
Now we go.
Like you're on Verizon, baby.
Mobile commercial or Sprint commercial. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let me try and
Don't
get
drop
this
that,
on
please.
track a little bit. I'm gonna take this off very carefully. Here's part of what made me want to make a Batman key oriented chat. One was because Mr. Jabroni, and I know he's got keys on deck for Batman. But 2 is I just added some pretty cool Batman keys to my collection yesterday.
Oh, I'm jealous.
And
jealous.
The first appearance, you know how hard it is to get first appearances of characters. Well, actually, here we go. I got 3 books.
Stop smoking. That's why you got all that money to buy keys.
Right? Yep.
Congrats, sir.
Nice, bro.
My formerly nicotine-stained fingers are holding some keys right now, baby. So these 3 books, they're all kind of like, they're part of a set. They're all kind of part of each other. Let me start from, I'll taper down to the oldest book, which is the most key book. So first one up is Batman number 190.
Woo! Love it.
Classic Esposito cover.
Sick.
I've always loved this cover, man. Like it might be like one of my favorite Penguin covers. There's just something about the color scheme in it. He's drawn really cool.
Love it, man. Absolutely love that one.
Wow, what is that again?
190.
190.
I can say I don't have that one, man. You guys got me there,
right
bro.
here too. I don't have it.
Pretty sweet, right? And then, so this is the 3rd appearance of Penguin in the Silver Age. That's the weird thing about Batman. It's like when you get the first appearance of this character in the Silver Age,
right?
Because their actual first appearances in the Golden Age are like, you know, you got to take a second mortgage out. So, 3rd appearance of Penguin.
Maybe more than a second mortgage, but
the 2nd appearance of the Penguin in the Silver Age is Batman. 169 is the 2nd appearance of the Penguin in the Silver Age. Cool little purple cover. I like the way he's drawn here. Actually, he's not as fat as they make him sometimes.
As the other, right? Exactly.
What's wrong with fat people? I'm fat.
You're not fat.
Hey, is that the Beast, Rod? Is that the Beast?
No, this is not the Beast. This is the quiet Beast.
Who you got there? Oh, look at him.
Yo, and I absolutely love that old school Batman, the way they wrote it at the top, you know?
Yeah, the trade dress stuff is cool, right?
Dude, I love that, man, the way that looks.
The color scheme is interesting.
And,
it's like
and that purple
over purple is like, it's like
that purple,
totally
purple really pops.
No, for sure.
And then the what up, Black Key Comics? And then the last but not least, so that was the 3rd appearance, 2nd appearance, 1st appearance of Penguin in the Silver Age. Batman number 155.
Oh, this guy.
There he is.
Which one's it? That's 155?
155.
Nice.
Look at the art is ridiculous. Look how cheesy the penguin's drawn on this fucking thing.
Yeah, man.
It's crazy.
Dude, the farther you go back, man, that like getting into that golden age, it's cheesy, bro.
I don't know why in the first appearance of the penguin, this is a massive fire-breathing dragon, dude.
But the thing is, when you grab a book like that, when you see it, it's like, I mean, how can you not buy it? You know, it's just so. Half the stuff you see nowadays, you know, is all digital and stuff. But a book like that is like, damn.
That's true.
It's eye-catching too with that dragon. You're like, what the hell's going on? Batman and a dragon.
Yeah, it really is. And it's like, you know, it's just got nostalgia to it. It's like just really iconic stuff. So
that's your first like Silver Age appearance of a character? That one?
No, I don't know. In Batman Land, yes.
In Batman Land, yeah. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, Batman Silver Age, yes, that is. I do have one other Silver Age. It's a second appearance. But not a first appearance.
Yeah. I got last year at the con, I picked this one up, Batman 171. And that's that first Riddler.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a sick cover.
Dude, I went to the con knowing in my head I wanted a Silver Age appearance of a villain in Batman. And this was pretty much the best one they had. So I definitely had to pick that one up, man. And just the pink, man, the pink on there.
For sure.
Dude, it's bright, you know?
That's a nice cover.
I mean, I can't see it up and close, but I feel like it even presents better than that grade, man.
Yeah, that's what I thought when I bought it. I was like, dude, this has got to be better than what it came out to be. But to me, I don't care, man.
No, for sure.
Forever, you know.
No, of course, no. Things like that. No, I hear you, bro. Low grade's better than no grade, but sometimes you'd be surprised on some slabs, man. Like they just present better than what the grade shows. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is
this is better than a 6.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Silver Age 6.0 looks fantastic in the slab.
No, for sure.
That's not bad.
I mean, I can say this. I don't have any Silver Age Batman yet, so y'all got me beat there, man.
Hey, cheers to that. I'm in the same boat.
I've only got a few, man. They're expensive, and I only have a few of them.
Either, so.
I only got one more, so let me just get it out the way. My one other Silver Age slabbed. It's a 7.5. It's from 1967. It's the second appearance of Batgirl.
We're talking about Batgirl. Am I gonna have to go get mine?
You might as well, bro.
Don't do it, Eric.
Let me.
Don't do it.
You might as well, bro.
No.
Stun on me, bro. He's gonna hit me with a stunner.
Off now.
You got to do it, bro.
And you know what's hilarious is the comment. One of the best comments I ever got was, I'm pretty sure it was. I don't know if it was Jess or Lane, but I think it was Jess from ComicHead. She commented on my video where I had the background. She's like, "Hey, I like that Bird Box cover with Batgirl." Because you know that Netflix movie where everyone's walking around with the blindfolds? I think it's called Bird Box.
She bird boxing it?
She was like, nice Bird Box cover. I was like, oh, that's fine. But this thing, at a 7.5, I love that cover, man. Let's see it. Oh, yeah.
My detective. 359, man. First Batgirl.
Wow, that's
fire.
Dude, I mean, it graded.
Fire.
I bought it slabbed already. I didn't have it raw. The guy that I bought it from, he's a guy that I trade video games for comics up north in San Marcos. And the first time I ever went to the shop, he's like, "Hey, I got this book," and I said, "Hell yeah, I'll trade you every game I have in my collection for that."
Bro, yeah, that's one on my list for sure, man.
Plug it down.
That's one on my list for sure, man.
Dude,
that's awesome. That's sick.
What up, Mr. Garrell? Good to see you, brother.
Mr. Garrell in the building. What's up, bro?
But those are books, those are books that not everybody can afford as far as like first appearances. And I honestly got lucky to get them,
No, for sure, man.
I saved up. I saved up knowing that I wanted them. And I got lucky in the same sense too.
Bro, I looked out and I got an X-Men 94. It's probably like maybe a 4.0. Like, it's a raw. But I got an X-Men 94. Yeah, and a stack of books for $20.
Look, see, sometimes you just got to get lucky like that, man.
You know, and that's a book that, you know, I thought I would never own. So you're absolutely right. Like sometimes you just luck out, man, and you got to take advantage of those situations.
Yep, I sure do.
Dude, I scored an X-Men 14 out of a contest from Geeks, Drinks, and Comics.
Oh, that's cool, bro.
First Sentinels. That
nice, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I know it's not Batman. My bad, Kenny. But I have an X-Men number 8, the first appearance of Unus the Untouchable. That's the lowest number X-Men I own.
Oh,
so,
damn.
Yeah. So
guys, I'm sorry, but I have to go.
All right, you're good, bro. Thanks for joining us, man.
I gotta go watch Doom's Patrol.
Oh, for sure. That makes a lot of sense, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you watched episode 1.
The wife is waiting, and
you watching episode 2 or 1, Rod?
Number 2.
Oh, I'm right back. I'm behind.
Hey,
I gotta watch that.
Rod, I'll see you tomorrow, man, for that unboxing.
Man, oh my god!
Don't open it up yet, man.
It's gonna be epic tomorrow. The Jabroni is gonna be on tomorrow.
All right.
And the Beast. This is not the Beast, guys.
Guys, everyone tunes into Coast to Coast. Just Rod, just the recap. Jeff, Comic-Con Henson, and Mr. Comic Jabroni. Make sure you guys check them out on Saturday evenings. And one of these days, you're going to see your boy ComicHead making a little sneak appearance on there sometime soon.
Yep.
It's going to happen.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys. Good night. And
have a good night.
Have a good night, Rod.
See you tomorrow, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks for hanging out. Peace. Burke Nasty says, please tell me you guys have talked Bane. And you'll be happy to hear, Burke, that I was just saying how I had a decision to make this week. I said, I want to buy a Batman key because I've been getting all fired up with these Batman keys. And I had to choose between a first appearance of Red Hood or a first appearance of Bane. Because they were right around the same price. And I pulled the trigger on Bane, man, because I'm like, I can't not have Bane. He's one of my favorite Batman villains, dude. Bane?
No, I hear you.
And it's kind of like one of the newer villains, you know. It's not a Golden Age villain. It's a '90s villain. So, and it's a cool book to have.
Great cover too for a first appearance. It's like, awesome.
But you should still go get that Red Hood.
Yeah, yo, you should, bro. And that might be harder for you to find than that Bane. I hate to tell you that. So
yeah, the Red Hood one. I know.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just laughing at Tony Sanders. He said he got Bueller X-Men 94 sketch variant because he swiped one under Bueller's feet. So that's great. Sorry. Tony, that's awesome. Shout out to Tony Sanders in the chat too, man. Tony. Oh, that's great. All right. So, I mean, I guess you guys were showing some lower Batman keys. I mean, I think this is like the lowest issue or like lowest
that's a good one.
Key that I have. I also do have, all of year 1. That's another. Oh, bro, yeah, for sure, man. I believe that's the first time that Jason Todd wears the
costume, the old costume.
Yeah, it's not his appearance, but it's the first time he wears it. So, and then of course, like any, I guess, like hardcore Batman fan, you gotta have all of year 1, man. Like that's
you got to.
That's just one. And then I was lucky enough that my guitar player in my band, and he's actually Javi on the 90 Miles from Comics podcast, Kenny. He actually gifted to me this for my birthday one year, and I was like, bro, I almost cried, man. I'm like, did you really just do this? And he's like, bro, I know how much you love Batman, and he's like, every Batman fan needs to have this in their collection.
Year 1 and year 2 is really good too, man.
Yo, year 2 is a great read, and even year 3, man. I got to rebag these for sure. I got the Mylar too.
Just so
sick.
Epic.
Yeah, man.
Love that cover. Thing is a beauty.
And talking about that first Jason Todd, man, you got to. There it is.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, I know.
Even though he shows up in like a cameo.
Yeah.
But this is the one.
Yeah, man. I've had my eye on it. 357. I've almost pulled the trigger on it a couple times. I've seen it for like $100. At a decent grade. And I'm like,
I got lucky on Craig. I'm always on Craigslist, and the guy was just, I guess he needed money really bad. So he had that and a few other Batman keys, and it was like $25. I bought the whole lot for.
No, that's
what did
I don't think he knew.
What did it grade at? And what did it grade at?
Oh yeah,
Was that Raw you showed?
Yeah, it's Raw. It's Raw.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a raw book.
Dude, the last time I saw that book in person, I went to a shop and he had it on the wall for like, it was like $200. Like,
damn.
Yeah, bro. People, yeah, man. People, because it's the first Killer Croc too, man.
It's the first cameo killer, yeah.
Yeah, so it's you know, with a book like that, when you're getting multiple characters in a book, man, that's how they get you, bro.
Dude, but if for Jason Todd, this is another one he should be on the look for. That 408.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
This is his first appearance after Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Stealing the.
Yeah,
and he's stealing. That's how he meets Batman.
Yeah, he's stealing the car tire. Yeah,
he's stealing the
that's
rim.
A cool origin though.
Yeah, it's super cool, man.
Yeah, and I think that's what they use, like in the Titans show. They talked about that.
Yeah,
when Jason Todd shows up.
Yep.
I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick, but while I'm just gonna leave this little key that I have here while I go to the bathroom.
Oh, both of you guys gonna show that off, man? I don't. Damn, man.
I'll be right back.
I gotta pull mine forward.
Making me feel bad. I mean, I guess I'm waiting to pull out, I guess you could say, my Joker book, so to speak, but it's not really a Joker book, but it's probably my favorite Batman book in the collection. But I'm not gonna pull it out yet. We'll wait a little longer. I'll just tease it.
Come on, man. Yeah, teasing it.
Well, I mean, speaking of covers and just iconic book. Well, actually, I do have 2 first prints. I got the trade paperback and the hardcover of Arkham Asylum, Grant Morrison. So I mean, that's just another, must-have for Batman. Artwork is crazy in that book, and then of course you can't go wrong with Todd McFarlane Batman.
Oh yeah, you gotta have that one.
This is the classic cover,
Dude, and the colors are messed up on there too. Like there's 2 spots where they didn't color in the sun. So if you look right where his chin is,
oh yeah, bro,
there's a white spot.
Yeah, man, that's sick.
And then if you look past that a little bit where his cape is at, the sun doesn't continue where his cape, kind of
goes red.
Yep.
Oh man, things I never even knew. Thank you, Edwin. That's sick.
Here's a real minor key for you guys. Who's this the first appearance of?
Stephanie Brown.
There you go.
Oh yeah,
it's a great cover.
I got that one for $1 just the other day.
Hey, that's a good one to have, man.
And I wasn't.
I always got mine there.
It's totally not my style to. Oh, nice. You guys.
Oh, this guy. All right. I'll be right back.
It's totally not my style to stunt with books like that. I just want to make that known. I hate that shit.
Hey man, I gotta do it.
Like, for me, I do it because I have so few keys. Like, I don't really have, like, everyone's seen all mine. I only got, like, I don't know, a handful of, like, really cool keys. So I'm just trying to, like,
that video that I made for you for your giveaway, that was probably the first time I showed off that Detective 476. That one that I got, man. That's an absolute favorite cover to mine too. I love it.
Yes. Yeah.
Absolutely love
470. And dude, you know what's funny is I told you I was bidding on that, right?
You said you're looking for one?
Dude, I was bidding on one.
And we might have to talk about this one.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Hold on, let me get the camera on.
We'll talk, man. You're looking for one. I got an extra.
Oh yeah. Hook me up, dude, because eBay's fucking the Wild West, bro. I was like bidding on one. I'm like, all right, I'm in here. I'm like, I'm bidding a healthy amount. I was like, I went right up to like $20. I was like, I'm gonna go $20 because it was asking like $9.99. I'm like, I'm gonna go 20. And like the clock's ticking down. It's like 20 seconds, 15 seconds. I'm like, oh, I'm in. 15 seconds.
Somebody sniped you.
I'm watching the fucking thing go from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then the number changes like, I don't know. I see the countdown to 1 with me as the highest bidder. And then when it runs out, it's like, you lost to this guy. By like, I think I maxed my bid at $20 and someone got it for like 25.
Damn.
I was like, dude, they have like these little apps, right? Or something like that like snipe you.
Got to.
Dang, man.
So I don't use any of the apps, but I do snipe a lot of last minute bids where or I'll just be browsing, looking at stuff that I'm interested in, and then all of a sudden, hey, that if I can get that for that price or close to it, go in there, you put your max bid in, real late, come out looking good.
It's yours.
No, Asian Funk, are you just teasing me, or is that really you? That would be so funny if that was really you that sniped me. And what up, Bodie B in the chat? Good to see you stopping by.
Sorry, gentlemen. Had to pour another one up, man. Cheers, everyone. It's Friday night,
Cheers.
Oh, I was saying as you got up, I just want to make sure you know I'm totally. I know I'm like flexing with this book a little bit, but just know that's like totally not my. I hate when people do that.
Oh yeah, no, bro, it's cool.
People, like, it's not about who's got like.
Don't,
no, bro.
And then you don't do it because you're gonna drop it.
Just know, bro. We know there's nothing but love, bro. Come on, get out of here.
Yeah.
You good, bro?
You know why I'm lucky is because I could never afford this thing at an 8.5 now. I just one collection that I had as a kid was I was obsessed with Batman Adventures.
Yeah, I saw the video you made on it.
Yeah, I got the whole run of Batman Adventures, and I bought that like in the 90s. So I was like, that's kind of one of the things that got me back into collecting. I'm like, oh, let me just watch some comic YouTube videos, like on a real random thing. And I'm watching videos and I'm seeing like a bunch of different people with this in the background. I'm like, why the hell do people have that random ass Batgirl issue in the back? I have that. So I started Googling it. I'm like, oh, damn. I had no idea. Funny.
And then you sent it in 8.5.
Which I'm surprised because there's a shitload of spine ticks on this thing. So I was surprised.
Hey, everyone. Say hi to my little beast right here.
Oh,
Chase.
another beast.
Oh, we got a beast in the building.
He's got a bow tie on right now.
He really does? Wow.
Yeah.
All right, well, I know it's not first Batgirl, but it's first Damian Wayne, and I love Damian Wayne, and this is a key that I think you should have as a Batman. I actually own all four.
It's a cheap key.
Yeah, for sure, bro. You can find this
cheap
for like
key.
probably like $20, man. You know,
20. Yeah, like $20.
Yeah, if I would say, if you can get it for 15 or $10, you're getting a great deal, and $20, you're
That's
pretty
definitely
much
one to get.
Another one that
you said the other ones to get too, right? So the next two after that.
Oh yeah, I have them behind me too. Yeah, those are the other two for sure.
What's up with those two? I'm not familiar.
656 is his first full appearance.
Yeah, and then
657 is his first cover appearance.
Oh, interesting.
So when you're a fan of a character, just those types of things you start looking for. Yeah, no, I have those two too in this box here. I mean, right now I would tell anyone that's a big fan of Batman New 52, issue 1 is down in price right now, bro. You can find this book super affordable. I mean, at one point in time, it was $150 book, $100 book.
Yeah, $100 raw book.
But now you can definitely find them for like $30, bro. So I would tell anyone, if you're, this is a great read, Batman #1, the Court of Owls. That's definitely something you want to have. What's DeeRunk doing off?
I got the variant cover.
Oh, for sure, bro.
Ooh,
definitely.
that's,
Jim Lee, man.
That's a good one.
Jim Lee, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Sick.
No,
I'm a huge
pumped
Jim Lee fan, so sick.
Yeah, I would definitely buy that book now because
it's
I'm
down.
thinking if it's down, and if they make another movie, they might incorporate that Court of Owls into a movie.
Yeah, for sure. And
so
then
that book's gonna shoot back up.
Speaking of that, first appearance of Talon, and I have it signed by Capullo and Snyder.
Oh, what number is that? 2, right? Number 2?
No, it's 5.
Oh, 5?
Yeah, and then it's Midtown Comics, COA. So
Snyder and Capullo, yeah.
Yeah, and then with Midtown COA, you're good there, bro. So yeah, man.
I wish that CGC would find a way to keep those COAs with the slab. If you were to submit that, I think that would be a cool thing to.
Well, from my understanding right now, CGC doesn't have a way to authenticize the signatures. So if I were to send this in, it would just get a blue label because they have no way to So the only
I think you get a red label.
A red label, is it?
I think
it'd be green.
Red,
it'd be called
green.
It'd be green.
And it'll say that there's marker on it or something written.
Huh. Yeah. So I mean, I heard that they may get into the service where they're going to start, like, having someone authenticate, making them
authenticate them. Yeah, because I think CBCS does it.
Because Reggie, who's like, he's such a beast. He gets like CGC reps on his show, which is
that's crazy, right?
Yeah, he's not always a hustler. But when he had the CGC rep on last time, he asked him about authentication, and both the reps were like, "Nah, we're gonna stay far away from that because it's just too." They were like, "It's too sketchy to, authenticate. There's too much like room for error and shadiness." So they were like, "We're gonna stay away from that." I got the impression that they were not going to.
Yeah, because I don't know. I read something somewhere like that was something that we were trying to get into. So I could have been wrong. Could have been some clickbait, for sure.
Yeah, clickbait.
Yeah, it could have been clickbait. I don't know. You didn't. I'm not saying it was true, but I know CBCS though. They have that service there, if I'm not mistaken. So I mean, that might be your way to go if you got something signed and you want to,
But if you like those, I hate those cases, man. The CBCS cases, I have a few of them, and they're just not my favorite.
No, I hear you, and especially
they feel real flimsy.
Those new CGC slabs are really nice, man.
Oh yeah, they're real.
So
real clean.
Yeah,
CBCS. So I mean, they'll if you look at the side of one, like some of the newer ones, it looks like there's glue or something, or they didn't polish the plastic fully. Like their quality is not what I would expect, and it stinks when you gotta give your book to someone for 8 months for them to verify a signature.
No. Dude, I got a Batman 227 that's CBCS case that I sent to CGC so they can crack it and put it in one of their cases.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I've got a stack of CBCS books that I'm bringing with me to Planet Comic-Con at the end of March that I want to convert them all. I want to get away from the CBCS.
Yeah. That's a nice book you got there, Kenny.
Where it's at. Yeah, I mean, it's a $1 bin book basically, but man,
it's a first appearance.
Great cover, first appearance. Unfortunately, I have all the stuff from the collector's edition, but the bag was open, the poly bag, because you can get this one poly bagged.
Yeah,
it's like a cool
I got one.
Asylum inside. It's like,
dude, they're so easy. They're easy to find, man. Go find you another one that's sealed up still.
Yeah,
you guys both have a sealed one?
No,
I got one sealed and one open.
No, I don't. But I was just thinking of like my Death of Superman. Like I have an open one and I have a sealed one for sure.
Yeah, I would like to get a sealed one of these. I love Zaz, dude. Zaz is legit one of my favorite Batman villains.
And him on Gotham. I really like that character on Gotham. I don't know if you guys watch that show, Gotham.
I can't do those shows. I try.
Dude, I dug it.
Dude,
yeah.
They're bunk, man.
Yeah, I can't do it. I'm with you there, Kenny. I can't do it. I tried.
You're crazy, man. I like the first few seasons of Gotham. I thought were awesome.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was more of a cop show. That's what I liked about it.
No, for sure. That's not my cup of tea.
You're only giving it a chance because it's Batman related. I know the feeling of like they give me just enough Batman related chips for me to say, all right, I'll give it a chance. But
dude, I'll even sit down, man, and watch the Flash. I'll even watch the Flash with the wife and kids, man.
I even tried the Flash, man. Like, and everyone's like, you didn't really give it a chance.
It's cheesy, bro.
It for 8 episodes. I'm like, I can't. It's not me.
It's cheesy, but I still watch it.
I don't know, man. I'm a big fan of, and it sucks, but like, those Netflix series that got hacked, bro. I thought those were, very well done. So I can only hope that Disney does something with those series on Hulu. Like, I think that's what they're gonna do. Because I think they own majority stock on Hulu, so that might be something for a way for them to stream them, and it's not hitting their streaming service, which would be kid oriented, So,
dude, Netflix and the DC app have done jobs.
Titans was great, bro. I thought Titans was great.
Yeah, Titans was good.
Yeah. How about last weekend? I binge watched Umbrella Academy. Have you guys seen that on Netflix?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
I need to. I heard it's got a Watchmen type feel, man. So I definitely need to check that out.
Dude,
Watchmen.
I don't know if
favorite.
No.
Yeah, I got a bone to pick with you, Jabroni.
Not my favorite, man.
We got heat, man.
Yeah, I've gotten heat from a lot of people for that take.
we're about to pull like I forget what WrestleMania it was when the Mega Powers break up and Macho and Hogan.
Oh man, yo. You touched so many childhood memories there, bro. Come on, man.
Let me bring you up to speed, Chad, so we can double team on this. He was like, he's like, hey man, because I was saying how cool the
cover
Venom 11 Watchmen homage cover.
Oh yeah,
was.
I know, bro. And I should have picked one up, and I didn't.
He's like, oh yeah, that cover's awesome, but not a fan of Watchmen.
Nope.
I'm like,
nah, bro. Maybe I got to give it another read, man. I don't know.
Yeah. No, hey,
it's fine. I'm just kidding. What? I'm curious though. What didn't do it for you?
Yeah. What didn't do it?
What didn't? You know, I'm not a fan of because even like Doomsday Clock, I don't like the way the art is done in there with the different panels, and then there's a lot of dialogue.
What do you mean with brilliant symmetry and
yeah, maybe I'm just a dummy, and I like reading shit like this. I don't know. I'm not a fan of. I wasn't a fan of Watchmen, man. And I'm not even a fan of Doomsday Clock, and I've been picking that shit up.
Yeah, I mean,
I hate Doomsday Clock.
I think it's taken forever to get anything going in Doomsday Clock. I mean, I like Watchmen, but I haven't been that fond of Doomsday Clock. And then what's not helping that they keep pushing that book back. And of course, as readers, you lose interest. And then when you get the book, you're reading it and you're like, yo, what happened in that last issue? Because
you got to reread it all, man.
So I'm not on with
There's
music.
no way they should have started Heroes in Crisis before Doomsday Clock wrapped up. So that's just dumb, having two major events.
Stories going on at the same time.
Really good point. Yeah, I agree with that.
I mean, but I also think there's stuff that we don't know behind the scenes, you know, and you have Jeff Johns, who was supposed to be coming back to write comics, and I think that was supposed to be his thing, to do Doomsday Clock and get him back into things, but for whatever reason, he's not, and he's been super delayed. So, I mean, you got to greenlight Tom King to do his stuff, bro. Yeah, I mean, at that time when Heroes in Crisis came out, Tom King, you know, everyone was, you know, Mr. Miracle, you have Batman. So, I mean, you got to make money somewhere. And I mean, I feel they probably shouldn't, but I mean, they can't.
I agree that they can't just delay everything because of one bad story, but like, I hate that they went to bat with that. If it wasn't ready, like, you know, why, you know, don't start a run like that until all your issues are done. Like, or at least, you know, storyboard it or, you know, something.
We want Jeff Johns back, but all of Jeff Johns as a comic book writer, you know what I mean? Because like whatever he was doing before and they took him away from writing books, I mean, it sucks because he was the best thing in comics, right? You know what I mean? He gave us Rebirth. I mean, I don't care what anyone says, Darkseid War was freaking awesome. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, it was. Really good run there.
I mean, all of Justice League, you know, I read that entire run that he did, you know? So, I mean, I don't know. It just, since he's left comics to do whatever he was doing for the movies and shows, it just seems he hasn't been committed to comics, you know? So, like, you know, as a fan, I just want to see his commitment back because I know he can write and put out good stuff. He's just obviously not committed to that, I guess, right now.
Yeah.
So.
You know what I think DC should do? I think DC and Marvel should do is like they should get. I think they would end up actually making more money. It's probably counterintuitive to how they're thinking, but just get into like a quality over quantity mode and get rid of, just totally discontinue like 20% of the titles that you're putting out every month.
But they put that out. They just put that out.
Yeah.
But that they're slimming down titles?
Yeah, they just put that out a couple days ago that they're going to start
like
cutting a lot of the titles.
I think they
are going away.
Yeah, but I mean, as comic book fans and readers, though, this is a cycle. How many times have they done this? It's just going to be a matter of time.
Right?
Yeah, bro. They're going to cut now, for sure. It's going to be great, or it'll be all right. But then there'll be something that happens, and then there's going to be a whole sling of titles again. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
guns, man, and just pay the talent that you got and just put out all fire.
I mean, I don't know if you were reading during New 52, but you think about how many titles came out during New 52, and anyone that was on Yeah, bro. I mean, and were you going to be on 52 different titles and 52 different characters?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, no way.
Yeah, and
too many.
And they wind up not all 52 made it to 52. You know, they definitely started hacking titles, right? And then they hacked titles. You had Rebirth, and then think about all the stuff that came out for Rebirth, man. You know,
and then Dark Knight's Metal came out, and after that they started like a whole heroes thing.
It's just a cycle, man. They're gonna cut it now, and then something will happen, and then a whole nother thing. So I mean, it's just gonna be a cycle, man. I mean, I don't know. But they got their money anyway. Think about that. That's the crazy part.
I'll tell you one thing. At least DC makes an effort here and there to slim down titles. Marvel's just like, they don't give a damn. They got so many titles and so many variants. Like I think Marvel should practice a little bit.
But you know what that is, though? That's that movie money, man. When you got that movie money, bro.
I don't know. They're totally they're totally separate companies, though. Total separate corporations. Like they, because I was reading up on it, where like, because in the beginning, I guess Kevin Feige used to answer to like I forget his name, but like the owner or the president of Marvel Comics, and then that dude was like the go-between between Disney and Feige. And then as the movie started blowing up, like Feige and that dude had beef, and they totally separated the companies. And now they're just like totally separate branches. Like Kevin Feige deals directly with Disney. The comics is their own thing. I think the comics LLC part of it is deals with the TV shows, like the Netflix shows, but the movies is like its own thing. So the scary part of that is I think that means that the comics could like lose money, go bankrupt maybe.
Nah, man, that money circulates.
And Marvel Studios could.
It's all in the same stock.
No, but it's all Disney. It's all under the Disney umbrella.
Exactly. Yeah. So that money's whatever money Disney's making, they're like, okay, yeah, comic books are not doing well right now. Then someone's like, you know what we need? We need more titles so people can buy more comics. And then they're like, yeah, you know what? Fund that. You know, I'm sure that's something like that happening. You know,
put out a bunch more variants.
You know, yeah. So I mean, that money's circulating through everything because it's under that Disney umbrella for sure. So yeah, I mean. We could say this, though. I mean, comics right now, I mean, they make a ton of variants, right? But there's not, I mean, I don't know. We're kind of like in a boom, so to speak. And I think we can all kind of say that, right? There's a lot more people in comic book shops now, and it definitely has to do with the movies and stuff like that. So,
right.
I mean, and I think both DC and Marvel have done a good job with this, and especially on we'll say to your point, like maybe the more quality titles, the less print runs, and that's still spiking those books that go up and stuff like that. So I think, you know, the more quality books that you have, like, you know, are the books that are really good. You know, a lot of people aren't on at first, so there's not as many high prints. Like think about Immortal Hulk. Not everyone was on Immortal Hulk. Now, because Immortal Hulk is so good and everyone's talking about it, everyone wants to be an Immortal Hulk. The print run went up. Yeah, and the print run's going up. So I mean, I think they're doing a good job with not putting out too many of these books at first, you know, and having high print runs like they did in the past, you know, and I got to give both Marvel and DC credit on that. So, I mean, that's also on your comic book shop too. So.
Oh, yeah. Dark Knights.
Yeah, Dark Knight buddy.
Yeah, oh, man. Yeah, man. I say I got a number one. I was going to wait. So, yeah, we're getting way off topic, bro.
Yeah, did you back on the track?
Yeah, for sure. Thank you, chat. Sorry, we went off topic. My bad.
That's how we do it.
Yeah. So, hey, you said no holds barred for sure. So.
No holds barred. Hell in the cell.
That's how I like it.
Hey, so, yo, Kenny, before I leave, man, I wanted to ask you about Detective 1000. How many of those variants are you going to pick up?
Oh, bro, there's a ton of those, right?
There's a ton, but I want to stick with just the DC, you know, ones that they're going to put out to the local comic shops, not the ones from, you know, Comic Exposure and all these different Midtown, like just the main variants or even cover A. Which one are you thinking about getting?
Well, they got me. I did pre-order. Let's see. I pre-ordered the Art Germ one.
Okay. Which one? Because there's like 3 art.
Right. So I didn't get the Virgin one, but I got the retro style. That was the reason why I even pre-ordered it to begin with. Was I saw that retro one.
Yeah, the retro style.
So I got it was a 2-pack. It was that and like the painted one, not Virgin with the trade dress. I forget what that means, but I pre-ordered those two. I think Mark Brooks has one. I didn't pre-order anything else though. But of the ones that I'm not going to go too crazy because there's so many covers. It's like crazy. But I wanted to get the Art Germ, and from the ones on the newsstands, I like the 1940s era one.
Is that the Cho?
Cho.
Where it's like an homage to an old school Detective Comics issue where the Joker's coming out of a genie bottle. There's an actual cover.
I think that's the 30s, 1930s, the Bruce Timm. Because that's the same one I'm thinking about getting.
Is that 30s? What's the 40s?
Yeah, and he's coming up with the Glocks.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
I like that
That's
one.
a badass one.
Yeah, that one's sweet. The Jock one's pretty cool too, with just the close up of the base is nice.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Those are the two, and then I'll get the Jim Lee. So I'll get 3 of them, just because I like those covers.
There's going to be an exclusive one at Planet Comic Con that I'm going to later in March, so I'm going to pick up that one for sure. And Mankey's going to be there, and so I'll get that signed and whatnot. Probably get it slabbed.
Sick.
I like these covers better than I like when Action Comics did their 1000.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm a Batman fan, no shit, but I just think these look better. The Action ones, they didn't excite, like, oh, I could do without this. I'll just get the regular cover.
Yeah. Well, I got the Jim Lee one just because I'm a Jim Lee fan, but I hear you on that. The Action covers weren't that great,
I've got one that's pretty good.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's my sketch.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I guess that's sick.
Oh, yeah, that's a nice.
Dan Jurgens.
That's sick.
That cover makes you want to grab a bottle of Jurgens.
Hey.
Hey now.
Hey, no holds barred. Anyways, guys, well, I got to go, man. Wife's telling me it's time's up.
I hear that. Before you ride, my favorite Batman book is going to be my second print 608 Batman Jim Lee cover.
There we go.
And every Batman's got to have, Batman fan's got to have this one,
Ooh,
man.
It's a badass one.
612.
Look at you.
I got the whole run, single issue. You have to, man, but
I bought this. Jim Lee came last year and I had to get that and get him to sign that one.
Oh, bro, sick. I'm super jealous of that, man. But yeah, this is by far my favorite book in my Batman collection, bro. Hands down.
Yep. So anyways, guys, I will see you guys. I'll see you next time.
Yeah,
man. Easy, bro. Thanks, man.
Peace. Kenny, thanks a lot, man.
You got it. We'll do it again soon.
Peace.
Later. Yeah, DeeRunk. Dude.
Yeah.
That's so cool that you got that at a 9.8 slab.
Yeah.
I love this cover, dude.
One of my favorite books.
Hush is just so fire.
Yeah.
No,
I loved it. It's a great issue too, watching, Batman try and on the fly deal with a crazed Superman. And he figures it out because he's Batman.
Batman always finds a way.
Oh yeah.
Let me catch up with the chat here. P says, catch you on down the road. That's like my boy Stone Cold. I'll catch you on down the road. Dre Van Doom. I don't know if I've seen Dre Van Doom. What's up, homie? Good to see you in the chat. Let's see. Comics, P says, comics are a marketing expenditure and content creation for the films that they can run in the red. I'm not sure how directly linked they are, but I'll tell you what, they should be. Comics should be used as more of a marketing tool to get people in the theaters, but I'm not sure they're utilized as much as they could. I don't see why in every movie, either before or after the movie, you're not getting a legit ad in the theater. Go read Detective Comics number 1000. Or did you like Infinity War? Go check out Infinity Wars, whatever that stupid, thing they just had.
Yeah, but I think to your point though, they have that mindset reverse where the movies are going to try to get people to go to the comics bookstores. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's what they want. I don't know. I think people watching the movies, you get people that are intrigued, hey, how do I find out more about that character? And it may not be directly comics in stores, but I'm sure a lot of people read digitally and stuff like that. But the movies definitely have sparked a crazy interest in comics in the last few years, man. Like that's hands down. Like I think we can all agree to that, man. Like,
do you think Kevin Feige goes out and buys like a Thanos comic book before he announces that Thanos is coming to the MCU, and you know he could
I think that
could affect the market.
We might be in a bubble a little bit, because I'm not sure across the board how much. All I keep on hearing about is comic shops are closing. You know, they're all closing, or many of them are closing. There's not many new shops opening up. I think the existing fan base has been reinvigorated with comics. That's for sure. I think a lot of old school comic collectors have come back to the hobby from all the films, but I'm not sure how many new fans are being created. I'm sure there's some, but I think to get the new fans, you gotta like, I don't know. I think it's very low investments just on the big screen. Give people like a free digital download to, hey, you left this, go download this digital comic, or give people like, that was cool that they gave those Venom comics away at the Venom. I thought that was good marketing.
Yeah, but it also may just be like where you are. I mean, I guess luckily for me down here in like South Florida, and if you watch any of like my hunt videos, and I haven't been like hunting as much as I should lately, but I can hit up like 4 or 5 comic book shops in a day if I wanted to, like, you know. And I think I just maybe, you know, I know I'm in Miami, so I'm like in a more, I guess, you know, populated area, and I guess things are happening more here. But I mean, we've had a few comic book shops close down here, but then we also had more like kind of like pop up. So I mean, I guess it just really like depends on like where you're at. Like I find new comic book shops down here that I've never even heard of or seen before, that I'm like, damn, how did I have never even seen this place, man? You know?
Oh, shit. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, you know, so I mean, I guess I'm experiencing that on a different end, you know what I'm saying? Like I think down here it's definitely sparked more of an interest, and the hobby is real. Like you can almost find like you know, comic book shops with, you know, pop statues and, you know, all that type of stuff. Anything that's, you know, pop culture related in a sense, it's there. So yeah,
that's for sure. Definitely won't get no argument there that the pop culture in general of comics and stuff has probably never been higher than it is now.
No, for sure. And then even those pops themselves, man, those pops, they have a huge community. Those like pop figurines, vinyl figures.
Got any of those?
Yeah, I got a few of them. The only ones that if I get any, it would be Star Wars, and then a couple of the comic book ones, but most of them are Star Wars. Like that's, I don't do statues. I do pops, I guess. I can't afford no statues. So
I got my Scarlet Spider right here.
Let me show. Let me see what I got. I got 4 of them. I'm going to show you my 4 pops. Ready?
I got more than 4. I actually have a whole like collection, but they're in another room. I'm not going to pull that out.
We got Superman right here.
Oh, sick.
Doing his super thing. Now, this is not a Funko Pop, but it's something my wife got me for my birthday last week. Forget what it's called, but
oh, look at that! What the hell is that?
It's Superman. He's got his little kryptonite spear, and he's got his heat vision going on blast. I forget what it's called, but my wife just got it for my birthday the other day.
Sick,
dude. That is dope. Nice. My 4 pops. We got Deadpool. Deadpool. We got, I love this one. We got my boy, Magneto.
Magdrapo.
Magneto.
That's a cool one.
The new ones don't, I think some of them don't bobble anymore, right? Is that true?
Yeah, no, they're like, some bobble, some don't. It's just whichever.
It just depends.
One. Yeah, that bobble one is I mean, this Magneto one is pretty dope. I really like that one. So boom. This next one is also fire. No pun intended.
Nice. Yeah, that one's sick. And that's actually like a grail.
Is it?
Yeah.
This is the first one I ever bought. So I was like, damn, that's cool.
If people saw that out of the box, they'd lose their minds, man. Some people.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I don't even know where the box is. I have no idea about this world. If I had this in the box, what is it? What is it?
I don't know. I just know that Ghost Rider is one of those characters. It's like a rare pop. I don't know. I'm like all right. So I have friends that are super into that. Yeah. And if you guys are into collecting pops, if you guys want to check out some pop hunters, and they have YouTube channels. There's this guy. His name's Sergeant Funko, SGT. You know, Funko, just like Funko Pops. Yeah. And you can subscribe to him. He's trying to escalate to 8,000 subscribers, so you can help him out. Yeah, bro. The pop community is huge. And then this other channel that I just recently started working with is called MCE, and there's this guy named Seth, and he's a pop hunter, and he like does the same thing as Funko. And if you subscribe to MCE, not only will you get pop videos, but they do statue reviews, statue videos. They do a live show every Monday night called The Geek Show, which I join them on every Monday night. And then you also get another episode called Comic Chat with Chad, where I just come and, you know, drop some comic knowledge. So you guys can check out MCE. Go hit that subscribe button if you want. But yeah, so if you guys are into pops, check those two channels out.
I can see them getting addicting because they got one for everything.
Oh my god!
So someone said there's a Ghost Rider on eBay for
3,400,
900. So yeah, and you're dropping it, bro. So
out of the box, 500 to 900 he's pulling my chain.
No, bro. I
after you drop it.
Yeah, right.
Bro, don't tell me that because
You're gonna sell it.
I'll list this thing. I don't give a fuck. Hell yeah.
Get some comics. I like it.
Yeah, I'm gonna put that towards my FF48 grill.
Too funny, man. It's sick.
I got one more pop, which is this one's probably grill status because it's straight fire.
Jake the Snake Roberts, bro. I love it.
Yeah, brother. And then I got 3 at my office. Near my desk, and those 3 are $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase, Vito Corleone Godfather, and Ken from Street Fighter.
Yeah, I won't lie. Oh, sick. You had to, right? Sick. I got quite a few pops. I could probably do a video on it.
Yeah,
they're mostly Star Wars pops, and then for instance, I have the Flashpoint Thomas Wayne Batman, Flashpoint Martha Wayne Joker. I have the Flashpoint Superman, and I got the Chase, the one that glows in the dark. And then most of my other ones are just straight Star Wars. Like, so maybe one day I'll do a video on that and just show off my pops and see how that does. So, and if anyone, I know I didn't mention it, but you guys can follow me at 90MF Comics. If you guys want to check that out, appreciate it.
Already there, brother.
Yeah, I know you. No, I know you guys are there. I appreciate you. I already know that, man. I was telling Kenny earlier that I think he's probably one of the first like comic book YouTube community like subscribers that I got, which is awesome because this community is awesome, bro.
It really is. It's like it's so welcoming.
Yeah, bro. It's super cool, man. And to be a part of it, it's awesome. So thank you guys, man, for having me here. It's been a lot of fun. I might have to leave in a little bit, but I got a couple more, minutes.
Yeah, so whenever you got a jam, no problemo. Just let me know.
No, for sure, man, for sure. So
I'm all night.
Yeah.
D-Ron, we're gonna do a marathon run, D-Ron. Hey, you know what I want to get your input on before you go, Chad, is because part of what I was curious to see what you guys were going to say was we always look at movies, future movies, to affect
books, for sure.
Books, right? So we know that. Now, one of the reasons why I made a point to invest in these Penguin books is because, with that, now that we know the Matt Reeves directed Batman movie is got a date, it's 2020, it's going down. How will that film, what books do you think will have the best likelihood of being affected by that film? I think that the Penguin might be because I forget the actor, but there's an actor who they're like heavily rumoring that he might play a Penguin, even whether he's the main villain or just in the movie. So I made a point to grab that. What are you guys' thoughts on what the direction will be of that movie?
I think you said it earlier, but I'm hoping for Court of Owls.
Yeah, I mean, I guess honestly, to be honest, like I mean, it's really hard to say like what books like, but oh yeah, you guys should look into this. I mean, it really just all depends from what storylines they're going to pull from, you know, and something to like DeeRunk's point right there, like, you know, Court of Owls is a newer storyline. And if you look into, I guess, what Marvel's doing, and like, you know, you have Infinity War, you know, they're using like more modern stories, you know, it seems to be. So, I mean, Court of Owls is a great, you know, pick to possibly go with. But I mean, it's really hard, I guess, until you get more of a casting and more of a leak on possibly who the characters could be. And then I think once you hear confirmed characters in the movie, then you can start speculating, all right, so what are good storylines from those characters? You know what I mean? I mean, we know Batman, like, you ain't going to get no Detective Comics 27. We ain't, you know, we're all not going to be able to obtain that. So to your point, what storylines, what possible, you know, B or C list type characters could, you know, make an appearance that books can drive. And kind of to your point, a book that I picked up the other day, super affordable key, which I think people should be on the lookout for, Suicide Squad 23. It's a first appearance of Oracle. Tell me a reason why we can't see Oracle in a movie.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I heard an interesting take. I forget where I heard it, but they said, why couldn't you get Oracle in a movie? And just like, I don't know if I agree with it, but like you could totally skip over the Killing Joke and just like.
I mean, oh, for sure. I mean, no, for sure. You could. I mean, you could have Oracle in the movie, not even touch that, and then, you know, maybe in a later movie you have like flashbacks to that. I mean, why can't we have that? I mean, we're get, you know, we have rated R comic book movies now, so we can get a more darker and grittier Batman. Give us a rated R Batman where we can have that, you know? I don't see why not. So I went out and picked up, you know, that book just because, you know, I was like, man, I came across it, super affordable. You can find it for like 15, maybe $20. The moment they announce that Oracle is going to be in the movie, you already know it's going to be $100, $150 book. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I'm saying we can't wait until the casting drops.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard, bro. It's hard. You know, I mean, I guess you can say one for me would be Oracle, but I don't know if that's going to be one, you know? I guess Court of Owls, like DeeRunk said, it could be a good one. Someone in the chat said Hush.
I think Miracle is making an astute point that they're probably going to go younger because they might still keep Ben Affleck as in continuity with the DC Universe films as Bruce Wayne. And
if you're telling me that, bro, then that means you're gonna have Batman Beyond, and you should be looking out for Batman Beyond first appearance. Because why are you gonna have an older Bruce Wayne still relevant?
No, they're gonna go backwards because if
they're gonna go. So this Batman that Ben Affleck is what this Batman that Matt Reeves' casting's like origin is.
No, it's so the guy that the Matt Reeves is casting, he will later down the road become Ben Affleck Batman.
Yeah, so it's like so it's like Ben Affleck Batman's origin, quote unquote.
Oh yes,
yeah, all right, okay, cool.
Yeah, so and I also think that getting that Terry McGinnis Batman Beyond is a good call too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think you might see some Into the Spider-Verse type of film.
With that, you know, there's a Batman TMNT animated movie coming out.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So if you don't have your Batman TMNT issues that first run, I would say go get it. Yeah, I have that too, bro. You best believe.
Dude, you know what's crazy? I was telling you guys about those books from that October Comic-Con that I'm still waiting from that middleman people. One of them is assigned. It's signed by two people that were there.
I don't know why, but I got two.
Look at that.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting. I have a CGC 9/8 slabbed gold label signed by Peter Laird, and I forget the guy's name, but he's the guy that supposedly he designed the cartoon style of Turtles. But I don't know. I think I got beat by Planet Collectibles.
Oh, another like quick awesome read, bro. If you guys didn't read the Batman TMNT animated series mashup, this was pretty cool, man. I highly recommend it. So yeah, It's cool. Bro, Batman, man. I love Batman.
Joe, how dare you wish those kind of things on me, man? All my books fall.
I even have Batman versus Predator.
Nice.
Batman versus Predator.
Better find it.
Yeah.
It's somewhere.
Yeah, it's in there.
Yeah, Mr. Miracle doubts that they'll do Hush. I kind of doubt they'll do Hush too, just because it's for the Superman factor mainly. I think Superman's, I don't know, a pretty key part of that.
You could do that without Superman, I think.
Yeah,
I wouldn't want them to, but they could.
Yeah.
This is a sick Batman cover.
White Lantern. That is sick. I seen a really cool in some video earlier today. I saw I think it was a Darkest Night cover, but it was Scarecrow with the yellow fear ring on.
Oh yeah, man.
I was like,
Sick.
sick.
Super sick.
Mr. Miracle is hoping for an R-rated Batman film, which I think you're right. I don't know if they'll ever do it because he's so mainstream. I think he'd be afraid to do that with such a mainstream character.
I mean, I guess the closest thing you might have got was that Dark Knight, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
I don't know if these are key, but I got the button run.
Oh, for sure. Hey, they may be key down the road, so I like it, man. Sick.
Yeah.
Sick.
The sickest part about this is I got it for like $120 for all 4 of them, all in a 9.8.
Bro. It was like,
oh wow, look at that one. I never seen that one.
Yeah, I got that cover too.
Oh shit.
Super cool if you're a Flash fan.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I love Batman and the Flash, so
you were
it was a damn good pairing for me. And the first issue of the Batman button story is amazing, with Batman fighting the Reverse Flash. Like,
oh man, bro, let's not bring it up, bro, because that's when we had Jeff Johns fully.
Yeah,
It's
a sore subject, bro. Like, it's a sore subject.
Unruly Simeon, what's up, brother? Thanks for stopping by.
All right. So I guess before I leave,
yes,
the keys that maybe we should look out for. I'm going to say Oracle. I'll say Damian Wayne Robin, man. Like, I don't see why we won't see Damian Wayne Robin sometime, maybe on the big screen. That could possibly happen. I mean, and it's an affordable key that people should get on now, because one day that will spike. One day he is going to become Batman in some sense. Like, someone's going to.
And I'll give you a hot take, Chad. Damian Wayne, the best Robin, in my opinion.
Bro, I agree with you, man.
Everyone always says Dick or even Tim.
No, I agree with you, man. And because he's just like his dad, and he tries to outdo his dad, and I love that. But I think Damian Wayne pairs better with Dick Grayson Robin, you know. But no, I think Damian Wayne is the best Robin. He's my favorite Robin. Like, and
that dynamic of like a privileged. He's the most like Batman, like a privileged.
Bro, and then think about everyone, like, he's in the shadow of Batman. Not only is he in the shadow of Batman, think about who his grandfather is.
Preach.
I mean, like, think about who his grandfather is. So yes, I will say he is my favorite Robin, and I mean, Dick Grayson's Nightwing, bro. He doesn't need to be Robin. He needs to be Nightwing, you know? And give us Damian as Robin. Right. But one day he will wear the cowl. Like, I think, you know, that will happen one day. And that's a key that you should pick up, because the day that he becomes Batman, you know, that book will go crazy. You know, the first appearance of Damian Wayne. So regardless if that's in a movie, I would tell you, you should be on the lookout for that. It's an affordable key. Another affordable key, man. I mean, it's not exactly Batman, but Nightwing, bro. You can find a first appearance of Nightwing. Yeah, there you go. You're on it, bro. You're on it, Ken. You're on it.
I love me some Damian, so I agree.
First appearance of Nightwing, man. I think
Drake Robin for life.
Hey, I like. Hey, but that's another character too, that affordable, that you can pick up and that you could possibly see. on the screens. I think Nightwing's another character for sure, because you may not get Dick Grayson, you know, Robin, or maybe he becomes Robin and then Nightwing in the movies, like in the comics. That would be awesome. You know what I'm saying? So that's another affordable key that you guys can be on the lookout for to try to pick up. That's Teen Titans. Oh man, I want to say 44, but I could be wrong.
Oh right, first Nightwing. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's it. I don't know. I might be drawing a blank there.
We'll edit it in post. Don't worry.
Oh, thank you. A lot of this guy. But yeah, man, I think those are 3 books that people should be on the lookout for, man.
That's a good call. You heard it here first from Chad. 90 Miles from Comics. Be on the lookout for Oracle. Be on the lookout for Damian Wayne and first Nightwing, Teen Titans.
Oh man, you know what? Let's just look here.
It's 44.
It is?
44.
Don't even look it up.
Oh, bro, sweat. I was right. All right. It is. Okay.
I think those are 3 great picks. Oh, can you, before you go, one last question?
Yeah, for sure. Well, most importantly, those are affordable picks, man. Like, if you're looking for keys that possibly can, you know, and I will say maybe not in the near future, but those are 3 books that I can definitely see go up in the future, and you should definitely get your hands on.
Undervalued. See that?
Yeah. So, what's your next question?
90 Miles from Comics.
Mm-hmm.
What's that mean?
All right. So I guess there's a little bit of a backstory behind this. So I am from here in South Florida, and I'm actually in a band that's kind of like on a very long hiatus. But in April, our lead singer's coming back, so we'll probably be playing shows and doing things again. But the band's called 90 Miles from Cuba because we're here in South Florida, and everyone always says 90 miles to Cuba when you go to Key West. But 90 miles from Cuba is South Florida, and we're a South Florida band. So that's kind of like where that name came from. And then my guitar player in the band, Javi, who's on the 90 Miles from Comics podcast, he's actually been collecting comics like pretty much all of his life. And, you know, like most people, I had comics as kids. I still had those comics that I had as a kid, but I kind of like got out of it. You know what I mean? And I want to say about like 4 years ago or 5 years ago, he had gave me a Batman comic. And I think it was the first appearance of Mr. Bloom. This is during New 52. And I wind up reading it, and I was like, yo, what the hell is going on here? And it kind of just sparked my entire interest in comics again. And then me and him started, you know, playing shows and reading comics and soon stuff like that. And then I just was like, yo, you want to do a podcast? And he's like, yeah, I'll do a podcast with you. But before the podcast like actually started, we were at this comic book shop called Hope's Comics, and I was on their podcast a couple times called Hope's Comics Podcast. And the shop closed down. They stopped the podcast. And then when I thought about doing this podcast with Javi, I was like, yo, let me ask some of those guys if they want to join. So those are the other guys that hop in with me from Hope's Comics. And they were like, yo, so what do we want to call the podcast? And I don't know. I've been using the hashtag 90MFC for a long time. So I'm like, bro, we could just call it 90 Miles from Comics instead of 90 Miles from Cuba. And everyone's like, yo, we like it. And so we're like, yo, it works. So we ran with it.
Because I got to admit, I don't like the Cuba thing didn't occur to me or anything, but it sounds cool. Like 90 Miles from Comics. It rolls off the tongue. I dig it. So.
And then also, too, not to say anything, where I live, I mean, I like I said, I can visit like a few comic book shops in a day, right? But it's gonna like take me like all day to do that, you know. You know, I don't like have a comic book shop like 2 minutes from my house. Like I live about like 20 to like 30 minutes from my LCS. You know what I'm saying? So I always just made the joke, yeah, man. I you know, everyone's like, yo, why is the podcast called that? I'm like, yeah, because I live 90 miles from my comic book shop, so you know, 90 miles from comics.
Right.
You know, but yeah, but yeah, man.
I appreciate that origin story.
Yeah, thank you, man. I guess I don't get to talk about the origin a lot like that, so that was actually kind of cool, man. Thanks for asking me that.
I've always been wondering, and I knew you would. I knew you had some music stuff going on. I don't know if I sniffed that out from just watching your channels or maybe on Instagram. But you play guitar?
I play bass.
Bass.
Yeah, I play bass. So. And actually, a lot of, I mean, now I'm starting to like, I guess, just use more like royalty-free music. So it's like the same song completely through. But for the longest time, the intros and the outros to my hunt videos, those are actually my band songs.
Oh, sick.
So, yeah. So like the beginning of the videos and the ends of the videos were actually like the songs that we jammed on and stuff like that. So I threw some of our band music in our videos. I should start doing that again. So people, I should, help promote the band.
Yeah, man. The band is 90 miles from Cuba. Right?
Yeah, and we got a SoundCloud. You can find us on SoundCloud. Okay. We got all our songs up there. So, you guys can all check that out. Anyone that's in the...
You heard it here first. Yeah. We still got, 20...
Discovered Bay came back in here. What's up, JB? He said my podcast last night was super fire. Thank you, man. Damn, man. You were there, right, man? Last night or no?
Yeah, I was hanging out for a little bit in the chat.
Yeah, I was able to get Chris from Mad Cave Studios, man. I thought that was really cool. If you guys have not checked out Knights of the Golden Sun yet, definitely make sure you check that indie book out. Check out your local comic book shop. I did an interview with Chris from Mad Cave. It was a lot of fun. So I guess thanks for mentioning that, JB. So,
hey, don't worry about it though. We got Biggie Shack. He's down to play cowbell in your band.
Oh, bro, perfect, man. We've been looking for one. Thank you, Biggie Shack.
Biggie Shack. Something tells me Biggie Shack's got bars. That's what.
Hey, I know. I mean, to keep it music and like a comic related. I don't know if you guys have checked out Guitars and Comics yet, but dude, that guy shreds on guitar, man. He shreds on guitar, and people should definitely check out his channel, man, because that dude shreds. So,
dude, I've only sent let me think. I think just one. I've only sent. I want to send more, but I've sent one AOK. Ever. And sent it to him. Guitars and Comics.
Oh, that's awesome, dude. That's super sick.
I'm like, keep doing it. And right when I saw this video, I was like, dude, you need to keep that format of he fires up. What up, dudes? I'm Joe Jenkins. I like Guitars and Comics.
Dude, it's sick.
And then he gets into a comic hall. I'm like,
dude, bro, that's awesome. That's been your only AOK. That's so dope, bro. That's so dope, bro. That's sick. I haven't done one yet. I don't know. I guess I'm waiting. I guess you got to find the right one.
Yeah, it's weird to like, hey, what's your address? It's a whole thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. I guess so. Yeah, that is weird.
And I don't got it. Like, I'm not like doing like Scrooge McDuck swimming in slabs like TJ. Like I don't got it like that. So I do what I
can. That's too funny. Too funny. All right, guys. Well, I'll let you guys go, man. Thanks for having me. This was awesome. We definitely got to do it again, and we got to get you on my channel, bro.
Yeah, I'd love to. Man.
So we'll make that happen one of these days, man. And then we'll make it just like this. DeeRunk, you got to be on there too. So you guys are a 1-2 combo, all right? So when he's on, you got to be on, brother.
Sounds like a plan.
I like it. I like it. All right, well, thanks, everyone, for having me. Thank you guys in the chat. Follow me at 90MF Comics. You guys are awesome. Definitely make sure you guys hit that like button for these guys because these guys are killing it. And thank you for having me, man. This has been awesome.
Thanks for hanging out, dude. I'll catch you soon.
Yeah, later. For sure, man. Later, guys.
Adios.
Damn, just the two of us.
Just the two of us. We can make it if we try.
We had 5 earlier. What the hell happened, man?
Dude, like I said, I wanted it to be Royal Rumble style. Every 30 seconds. Man. Oh, shit, it's Tatanka. Who do we got in the chat? I noticed Biggie Shack has arrived.
Yeah, we got Biggie Shack up in here. We got JB.
Oh, no, that wasn't Jabroni. You missed Comic Jabroni, Big Shack. He was on before. Biggie Shack claims he could play the guitar as well as the cowbell.
You got that right, Biggie Shack.
Biggie Shack, are you trying to tell me you don't have bars, dude? I don't know if I believe that. Mr. Miracle. Hey now. Mr. Miracle, we got a seat is still warm for you if you would like to jump in and throw your hat in the ring, brother. The clock is ticking down for the Royal Rumble.
9, 8, 7.
Yeah. Hey. Bert Nasty's in the chat. Hey, let me reiterate. The ComicHead 84 channel is a channel of the people. I'm just hanging out. You guys want to jump on and hang out, shoot the breeze? Let's do it, man. That's it. No worries, MM. No worries. Oh yeah, Burke Nasty was talking about counting down the top Batman villains.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about that.
Because that's your top 5 DC villains. They're all Batman.
It pretty much is. But you know what I was thinking of? Throwing a wrench in it and saying top 5 DC villains minus Joker. Take Joker out of the equation.
My top 5 list already had that.
No, I mean a top 5 list of just Batman villains. No Joker.
Okay.
You know, because I feel like I don't even necessarily know if he's my number 1. He probably is. I don't know. But I'd like to just maybe get him out. He's so iconic. I'd kind of just like to dig into the top 5 minus Joker.
That makes a lot of sense, though.
Right? I think it'd make it more interesting.
Oh, I mean, we're just waiting for everyone to get to the number 1, and then it'd be 3 dudes right in a row saying, "My favorite's the Joker." Like it's very anticlimactic. So I get it. Yeah.
He's like the polar opposite of Batman, and it's really interesting. And it's like we know why Joker's awesome, you know?
Yeah. Huh.
Us 3 tomorrow night, Burke. I'm not sure, Burke, because I'm supposed to go to my brother's house tomorrow evening, so I'm not sure. It's in the air. It depends on the time.
I canceled your plans for tomorrow night, so you'll be able to make it.
You called my brother?
Yeah. He was kind of upset that I got his phone number, but I took care of it.
You salty dog. Biggie Shaq. Biggie Shaq, what's your top 5 Batman villains? Drop it.
Well, no, he said he dropped Darkseid off of his top 5 list.
Replace Darkseid with Lobo.
I've got a slabbed first appearance of Logo at a 9.2.
Lex Luthor is tops for Mr. Simeon. Lex Luthor is when done right, because I think you were making a good point when you were breaking down Lex Luthor, which is badass businessman, runs the city whether you know it or not, Lex Luthor, versus super mad scientist Lex Luthor. I thought that was great.
No, if you got to see more of the businessman Lex Luthor, that is my favorite. He would be my favorite villain, period. But you get way too much. Like they just eventually in comic books, and it's one of the things I hate about comic books is eventually the story has to pay off. And once it pays off too big, and it's hard to go back. You know, so Lex Luthor, you know, they wanted to pay him off and have him. Eventually, he became the president, and then eventually he, you know, in the Superman Batman Public Enemies story, he like failed at stopping a meteorite from hitting the Earth, and then he was just going to let it happen and not try and stop it anymore. So then he got like impeached, and then he's a villain again. Like, and the whole country knew he was a villain, which takes away from his villainous nature, in my opinion. Like, I like that. I would want to think that like 85% of the country should like Lex Luthor.
Right.
You know, that is where Lex Luthor is dangerous, where he can sway public opinion, and for those that he can't, he can buy him. You know, like that's Lex Luthor.
And I'm not even mad at the notion of Lex Luthor making a suit, you know, that purple and green suit that he uses to fight Superman. I don't even mind the fact that he has that, because Lex Luthor's like, he's almost Batman-ish in that way, you know, just like this really high-level human. So why wouldn't he have made like a badass Superman fighting suit, you know, or something to kind of put him more on par with superheroes?
The only thing I don't, hey, Bear Island, my wife bought this when we did the whole wall here. She bought this, and it used to say a bunch of other stuff, but I film everything I do on YouTube down here, so now it just always reads DeeRunk Comics. So thank you for that. But his suit always bothered me because there's no helmet. Batman can knock his ass out in that suit.
I know. Where's the helmet? I know. Bad design choice, huh?
Yeah. Like Superman could, like, you know, flick a pebble from a mile away and knock him out with it.
Yeah, give him a helmet.
Yeah. But then you cover up his bald head, and it's not the same. But yeah,
make it Mr. Freestyle, you know, just.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lex Luthor's probably misused a little bit.
Yeah.
I was watching. Oh, I finally saw the video that makes you hate Max Landis. By the way, because
son of a bitch.
Thus far, I've only seen him doing like pitches for stuff, and I heard him like pitch some Superman ideas and some movie ideas. I'm like, you know, I can definitely see why he might rub people the wrong way. I'm like, you know, pretty cool, pretty interesting concepts and stuff. But then I saw it was The Death of Superman, where he's like mocking it and he's recreating it with a bunch of his little LA buddies, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, watching that, I was like, oh god.
The mocking it didn't bother me. He just came off as such a tool while he was talking, though. Like he's sitting there drinking out of, you know, his little whiskey glass, and not that drinking whiskey makes you a douche. I think it makes you cool, but it didn't make him cool. And he just had this real hipster vibe to him, and I kept hoping that, you know, his house would fall in on his head or something. You know, and I don't mind if someone doesn't like The Death of Superman, or they don't like Superman, or like none of that bothers me. Like, to each their own. Like that, like I live that, and I mean that. But just don't be a douche as you're spouting out your opinion. He's a real douche.
In that video, he was. But there's some other stuff. There was one particular that he was pitching a Man of Steel sequel, right? How would he have done the Man of Steel sequel? And coming after the destruction of Metropolis, right? Just like kind of like in the beginning of BVS, there's like an aftermath, you know, and Superman almost looks like he's like a danger to people, right? Because as far as people, you know, he wasn't established Superman yet. They're just like, who the hell is this guy? They can barely tell Superman from Zod apart. They just like, these guys just wrecked everything. So anyway, he has a PR issue, basically, you know, and he gets real discouraged, and he's like, damn it, this sucks. And he's like, he's down on the whole thing of superheroing. And in his Clark Kent Daily Planet job, he has to go and interview Lex Luthor. And he walks in to meet Lex Luthor. He's like, hello, sir, blah, blah, blah. And Lex Luthor right away says, you know, Clark, you have a PR problem. And he's like, huh? He's like, yeah, everyone, you know, thinks you're a menace, blah, blah, blah. Like, real nonchalant. And he's like, what are you talking about? He's like, yeah, you're Superman. He's like, of course I know that. Right? So he knows. I don't know if that's the case in the comics, that Lex knows he's Clark.
Not
really?
No.
I thought it was intriguing that he's like, yeah, I know you're Superman, and no one has better PR than me, and I control media outlets, this and that, and I want to do good for the world. And what I'd like to do is help you out. I want to legit like alert you to natural disasters and things that you could do to help. And let's like rebuild your brain. Let people know what you're really about, this and that. Superman goes along with it, you know, thinking that he's a nice guy, like 90% of the people do, to your point, you know? Like, hey, this Lex guy is pretty cool. I don't know. And then shit ensues from there, you know? I just thought it was an interesting concept of that's how you tangle up too.
The dude is brilliant, and he has some very good ideas, and he can articulate them really well. So that doesn't stop me from wanting to drop a house on his
I read American Alien. Have you read it, American Alien?
Yeah, yeah.
It was different than I thought. I thought it was. It's not just a consistent narrative story. It's like each issue is a different artist and a different story.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, well,
no, I thought like I think the issue I liked the most was where he was on Bruce Wayne's boat, and Bruce Wayne skipped his party, so everyone thought that he was Bruce Wayne, and then he lived it up like he was Bruce Wayne. I thought that was a cool issue.
Yeah, that one was kind of interesting. Gino presents. He's a witty mother effer. He says Lex might have good media PR, but Superman has superior gym PRs, as in personal records. He's another sexy dog. Biggie Shaq coming through with the home run. Clark Kent was a cuck before anyone knew what a cuck was. DeeRunk, comment?
Remind me of the definition of cuck again.
Well, the Webster's Dictionary definition of cuck is a man who has a wife, and this wife is getting, let's see, how do I describe this?
Okay, I wanted to make sure we were on the same page. And
but like I said, that's Webster's, you know, like you're a cuck because another guy's doing, you know, that to your wife, and you're aware of it and you're not intervening. You're letting it happen.
Maybe you're filming it. Who knows?
You might be filming it.
2019.
Yeah. So that's the dictionary. But I think nowadays cuck has gotten more into like the essence of the kind of guy that would let that happen. So an emasculate man who maybe gets bossed around so much by women that like it could get brought to that point. So I think that's where we're at with cuck. An unmasculine man who gets pushed around by women.
Yeah, I don't know if that's really I don't always like the goofy, stupid Clark Kent. I tend to enjoy the investigative journalism Clark Kent, who likes to stand on his own 2 feet. Like there's a great, and I probably asked you before, but everyone's seen Batman the animated series, but there was a Superman the animated series.
Yeah.
And there was an episode where he was investigating a guy that's on death row, and he believes the guy is innocent. So Clark Kent is trying to prove it, and he's doing it. He's trying to do it without being Superman. And he found the evidence, and he wanted to go fly it to the governor, but he wanted it to be Clark Kent's victory, not Superman's. And that's the kind of Clark Kent that I really like, you know. And of course, every now and again, he has to be kind of goofy to throw people off his trail of being Superman. But that's the worst part about Superman is you can be a cuck all you want. You're still Superman wearing a pair of glasses, and you know that.
Yeah, I know it's not much of a disguise, huh?
Dude, I'm looking for this image that I just saw on Facebook the other day, and it's not new, but I nearly shit myself when I saw it. It's really good.
Oh yeah, you know what? 4-way flashes with the pretty cool comment. I know I took a left turn. Maybe I got a little too into what cucks are, but he makes a good point in regards to cucks. Though, is Clark Kent needs to be the guy who gets the sand kicked in his face to help enforce his disguise. Since he's not relying on wearing a mask, he needs to so disguise his personality, aka being a thirsty dude, like Biggie Shaq says, to throw him off the scent. So that might lead to some of that behavior, Biggie.
Look at this image right here. Lois Lane is on Facebook, and it's asking if you want to tag Clark Kent.
Yeah, I get it. That's funny. Yeah, that's one of the things about Superman that's a little tough, huh?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
I'm okay, but no, and that's the thing is like you can either suspend disbelief or you can't, and,
Right.
and I can. It's a comic book. I have fun while I read them, and you know as long as they write them well, they don't have to be realistic. They just have to be fun.
Yeah, part of the price of admission is buying into the fact that you got a dude from Krypton who's flying around and all these gimmicks. You know what I mean? So it's like, if I'm already buying into that premise, yeah, I'm going to buy into people aren't picking up on. And also, I wouldn't underestimate, like, even though, yes, there's no, like, real disguise or anything, if you're seeing goofy Clark Kent, I mean, maybe to the people in his inner circle, it's a little weird that they won't pick up on it. But for most of the people that might casually know Clark Kent, I mean, I don't know if they're going to piece together that anyway.
Yeah, Lois should have known.
Yeah, Lois should have known. And, you know, I would think that Superman is actually not super yoked and jacked because he doesn't really need to be, right? Because I always think of his strength as in, like, what we would be like if we were on a place that had really low gravity or whatever the high or low gravity.
Low. We would want low gravity if we were going to be stronger.
Yeah, low gravity. I think of his strength like that. Like, it's not his muscle mass that's doing it. It's like something like that, right?
Yeah, no, he's still ripped, but if he was as strong as he was ripped, he wouldn't be very strong. Like he would. There are plenty of people with Superman-like physiques out there in the world that cannot lift a bus over their head. So,
wow, Mr. America with the deep cut. In the comics, he projects a hypnotic ray from his eyes onto the glasses to look different. I don't like that. He can do hypnotic rays?
No, they've tried to write that so many different ways. In some tellings, it's the glasses distort a little bit, so they dull his eye color. So it's you know they do it a million different ways. But yeah, I have heard that one as well before. They get kind of goofy sometimes trying to explain the glasses.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. Yeah, I mean, tell me what you think about. I have a couple of Batman keys handy. I was going to ask, about this one. You think anything's really going to come of this guy? You think he's going to become like an enduring character, Batman Who Laughs?
I don't want him to. And I love the story right now. Like I'm actually into it, but I think he diminishes the Joker so much.
Yeah.
As a standalone villain, that what good is the Joker if there is another version of the Joker that is also Batman at the same time? I can't get around that, and I will not include him in my top 5 favorite Batman villains. I tell you that much.
And dude, and to your point, not only does he diminish the Joker in this current run, which I'm really not a fan of. Not only like they're so diminishing Batman because for some reason they're turning our Batman into him too.
Yeah,
I still can't even get my head around that. Why?
He's Batman. He'll figure that out. I'm not worried about that. Batman will overcome. Like, I feel very confident that Batman will overcome.
Yeah, I know, but it's like they're gonna waste issues of Batman Who Laughs, our Batman as Batman Who Laughs for a few issues, battling the other one. Then you got the grim one. I don't know, man. I will see. You know what's crazy is, dude, I pre-ordered Batman Who Laughs #1 through Midtown Comics because you can buy. It popped up to buy a 9.8 CGC graded, right?
Yeah.
This was like way back when they first put it, as available to pre-order. And I was like, you know what? I think this character is going to be hot. Boom, I bought it, $60. Said, I think it's going to be a good deal. I'm going to bet on this, 9.8.
Yeah.
And dude, I mean, how long has #1 been out? I haven't heard anything, seen anything. I think I got rope-a-dope.
Yeah, no, I'm sure it's there. Like, so I just looked at a book today, and I can't even remember which one it was, but where they wanted me to pre-order a CGC 9.8, and they were talking, and it's coming out like in a couple weeks, the book, and they want it's gonna like I wouldn't get the slab until July, like the end of July. So, you know, I'm guessing that they're not doing fast passes on any of it. They're probably sending a ton of them there, and you know yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, we'll see. The Comic Chief, what's up, brother?
Comic Chief has a really tight intro.
Oh, dude, I was just about to say that. The Comic Chief has the sickest intro. I love it.
Yeah, no, that I heard that and I was like, oh, I feel like I wish I was worthy, you know, like.
Yeah, I've gotten like a couple compliments in my day for like, hey, you got a cool intro. Comic Chief has got my intro beat, hands down. I'll be the first to say that. Bonafide Comics, what up, brother? How about this bad boy? This is legit one of my favorite Batman reads of 2018. It's not really a key or anything, but Batman Annual from last year. The Alfred story that was in this.
Yeah, I didn't care for that one much either.
No kidding.
Well, but the reason why, though, is I know annuals oftentimes take a different direction, but that was another one of the books that was not sticking with the Bane Arkham story. You know, the Batman on the hunt for who shot Dick Grayson. You know, that was one of the first. I think that was the first book that steered away from that, and then they never rebounded after the annual. So,
yeah, I don't know. I always think of it. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's not a rule, but annuals, I'm okay if they take a different turn and just almost be their own thing. You know, either way, I just love the Alfred story. I feel like Alfred's maybe an underutilized character in some sense. With our boy Batman, and I still maintain that, hey, if we're getting nuts, right, and we're gonna get nuts and do all this Batman Who Laughs stuff, I want to see Alfred through the use of Ra's al Ghul's Lazarus Pit. Youth regenerates maybe 20, 30 years and rocks the cowl. Peace out, Mr. Miracle. Thanks for hanging out, dude.
Have a good night.
What do you think of Batman gets hurt or something like that, or whatever? Bruce Wayne is on the disabled list, and Alfred. It's all up to Alfred. You know, it's never been all on Alfred's plate because now the Batman family has grown so much over the years. But for somehow they're not all. None of them are able to rise to the occasion. And Alfred's like, I'm gonna fucking do it. I'm gonna go. He gets himself to the Lazarus Pit through a connection with Damian Wayne. You know, gets to Ra's al Ghul. Boom, Lazarus Pit. Young Alfred. Just think of all the shit that Alfred knows. In the knowledge department, as far as being cunning and all that, and knowing the technology, he knows just as much as Batman, Bruce Wayne.
Yeah. I would dig that, but I wouldn't want it to be main continuity. I'd want that to be maybe like their Black Label or something.
Yeah, like the White Knight thing was.
Yeah, that would be outstanding, but it needs to be its own thing. They already, I think, did enough of that with Gordon becoming Batman at the end of the New 52 run. So I think that's this. I'm not saying that's like the same thing, but you can't keep flipping Batman out of the cowl
for sure
in the main continuity. So
I like that. That's one thing that I love about the medium of comics is like you can just do Elseworld stuff if you feel like it. You can
absolutely.
You know, hey, Superman landed in Russia. Let's roll with it, baby. Like
that's an amazing book, though.
I know. That's comics are awesome for that reason. Gotham by Gaslight. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Marvel 1602. Let's do it, baby. I love it.
All right, I had a couple more keys that probably everyone has. You had your Batman getting his back broken. A lot of fun reading that one. Number 500, the foil cover. I like that one. Oh, what you pulling out?
Oh, no, nothing yet.
Oh,
nothing
okay,
yet.
shit.
But I can pull one out. I can pull out this. This is, I think, the first Tim Drake in costume.
Oh, yes.
So first Tim Drake in costume on this one. Let's see. And I don't know, just to catch Bonafide up, we got first Damien, which is a really nice key.
Easy, Tiger.
Baby. First Damien, love me some Damian Wayne. We got my new additions to the collection as of a couple days ago. Some Penguin books. Batman number 190, classic cover by Esposito. Third appearance of the Penguin in the Silver Age. Then we have the second appearance of the Penguin in the Silver Age. Batman 169, I think. 169. Really nice artwork there. Boom. And then why I got the lot. To begin with, I bought a 3-comic lot. And the main attraction was this one, the first appearance of the Penguin in the Silver Age, which is kind of the tricky thing with Batman keys, is like the true first appearances of a lot of these villains is like, man, they're tough to attain. They really are. Most of the Rogues Gallery appears like in the first like 20 issues of Batman or Detective. So they're super old 40s books. So we got that one. Zaz, Victor Zaz appearance. Some of my slabbed keys are, that's probably the most pricey, most expensive, valuable one, whatever. 8.5. Batman Adventures 12. Second appearance of Batgirl, another little Silver Age goodness, the Bird Box cover. I really love that cover, man. So clean, and I love what Robin's saying on it. He's like, "Don't take off your blindfold, Batman. Your life and hers won't be worth a plugged nickel if the underworld knows that information." Well said, Robin. And Killing Joke. Lastly, so that's about it for the Batman keys. I got a first appearance of Bane coming through. You know what's interesting is I was looking up the Mad Hatter, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, as far as research goes, I only researched it through the Key Comics Collector app, right? And I searched Mad Hatter. And if you have your phone handy, if you have that app, if you pull it up and you search Mad Hatter, you'll be hard-pressed to find a real first appearance of him. It's like, I don't even know if it's our boy Jarvis. Because, like, there's a Golden Age appearance, which is really old school. But there's like a Silver Age appearance where if you look at that issue, it's not Mad Hatter, the one we know. He's like literally a guy who collects hats. It's really strange. And I was like, dude, this got to be a Mad Hatter key. The one that we know, the Alice in Wonderland influenced guy.
Number 40, Batman number 49. Its first appearance of Mad Hatter and the first appearance of Vicky Vale.
Mad Hatter. Yeah, 49. Yep. So that's Golden Age. right? So Golden Age appearance, Vicky Vale, Mad Hatter.
Yep.
But then when you try to get into, you know, like look at that, look at the cover of issue 230.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
Right. Let me show the chat so they can follow along on this. 230, which is what's the key on this? What do they call it? First appearance of Mad Hatter. They call this the first appearance of Mad Hatter.
The other one is almost $2,000 more expensive. So
now I can add Batman's cowl to my collection of hats. That is nuts. And then Batman says, once he sees my face, that's the end of my career.
I think that's the one you need to go for.
That thing is wild. But where's the... And there's no key beyond that. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's weird.
Interesting, right? So, because I was trying to look for my lower tier villains, you know, him and Clayface came to mind. Clayface could be cool on screen.
Yeah, his origin story in the Batman animated series were two of my favorite episodes.
Yeah, animated series breathed new life into a few characters. One of them is Matt Hagen, Clayface. Other is obviously Heart of Ice, Mr. Freeze.
Remember when New 52 undid all that?
No. What, they undid Mr. Freeze stuff?
Yeah, they basically made it that, you know, kind of he had the same delusion, you know, he's trying to save his wife and do anything to save her. Yeah. But it turned out he was like fantasizing. He wished that was his wife.
What?
And yeah, that was one of the few low points in my opinion of the New 52. That one was a swing and a miss.
Dude, you know what's another really cool episode of Batman Adventures? A villain that I don't think I've really seen come back was, remember the Baby Doll episode with that little child actress? She's basically a little girl, Gary Coleman type deal.
Yeah.
It was a really interesting, it was like a tragic episode. This poor baby doll.
I loved Robin's Reckoning. I think that's probably might be my one of my favorites. Like top 3.
I remember, I think it was the series finale when they did like this crazy alternate future, like I forget the details of it. But the series finale,
are you talking about where Barbara Gordon was hallucinating?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Over the Edge, I think is what that one was called.
Edge or something.
Yeah. That one was crazy, where Batgirl dies basically, and Jim Gordon stops playing around and he goes after Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was nuts.
Yeah, so crazy. Yeah.
What was your favorite episode of Batman animated series?
I think it's Heart of Ice.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it probably is. It would definitely be one from the first like 2 seasons before they did the art redesign.
Yeah, no, agreed.
And because the reason they did that, it wasn't so much to give it a fresh take, it's because they started adding other shows. Then they added, that was around the time that they added Superman and Justice League, I think. And they just simplified the animation so that they could cut staff, basically. Yeah. Which is kind of disappointing. But those first 2 seasons is like some real primo stuff.
Yeah.
The Clayface episode is really great too.
Clayface. I loved Almost Got Him. That was
great. Yeah.
I threw a rock at him.
I have let me get the game for you. Hang on one second. I'm gonna show you.
Go get it. All right. While he's going to get that, I'll catch you guys up on some of my shit that I had. My favorite one that I showed was Spider-Man Batman. This is all drawn by Mark Bagley. They fight Carnage and the Joker, which is pretty cool. And then I had some whack first appearance. I had First Stephanie Brown. And you're back.
And I got something. I got a treat that I'm going to show you, and you're going to see. I'm going to really show you how nerdy I am in a second.
Talk nerdy to me, baby.
I'm about to turn the nerd up to 11 in this bitch. So you better brace yourself, guys. All 9 in the chat. I wonder if folks have... The
Man Who Killed Batman was a very good episode, too.
I do want to go back and catch White Whale's show that he's doing with issues about the Mr. Miracle series and stuff. Has anyone in the chat now have checked in with that at all? Are they still doing it, or how did that go? So here's the game. Boom.
Oh,
almost got him. Card game, right? I haven't played it yet because I got to get a few. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow at my brother's house because I'm getting up with some buddies. So, because in the episode, spoiler alert, there's a bunch of people sitting around talking about almost got him, but one of the people at this little party is in fact Batman undercover, right? And he kicks their ass at the end. Cool box art.
dude, that is... I need to get that.
So the idea is you guys are playing this card game, and so you got your cards, right? Cool art on it, right? So there's like a basic card game that plays out, but there's also secret roles that are happening. Oh, look at these, the villains.
And the great thing about this idea here is they were playing poker as they were talking about almost got them.
Yeah,
so
I know.
to make a card game out of that is amazing. I love that idea.
Yep. And there's in every it plays so that every so often, I forget what triggers it, but there's a blackout where everything, the idea is everything goes black in the room and then something shady happens, right? But you don't know who did it. So there's someone who's concealing the idea. And like this one is when someone gets a straight, a blackout happens. And this ability is choose a player, protect yourself and that player from being subdued in this blackout. So the stuff like that going on. The brains, which I think is kind of like the dealer maybe. And then the coolest cards in the deck are, let's see.
It's on eBay right now.
The character cards. And that's where you get like, you know, your Joker cards, all the villains, and you get to basically choose what character you want to be, you know.
Where'd you get that from?
My LCS. I started, you know, kind of like chilling there on the shelf, like with his other games, and I'm like, yeah, I'm like, what is that? Not from Mondo, but man, dude, earlier, because DeeRunk, one thing you're gonna see, I bought some stuff today. I didn't have time to set it up, but your boy ComicHead's gonna have a nice little set happening. My set's gonna bump up. I'm gonna move up from this little whatever this thing is that I just bring around with me whenever I go. And part of it, I want to get a couple posters for the wall behind where my new set's gonna be. And dude, have you ever seen the Mondo Batman animated series posters?
I've seen a lot.
Dude, they're so expensive though. Jesus Christ. But damn, they're cool. So, like I was saying, this game is not what makes me so nerdy.
All right, so real quick here.
Yes.
How much do you think a near mint Tales of the Teen Titans number 44 would be worth? That's first Nightwing.
First Nightwing, Tales of the Teen. Is that the one that's like? It's also the first appearance of Jericho. Am I thinking of the right issue?
It's the same series, yeah.
But it's not that issue.
It might be the same issue.
Okay. And what are we talking? Graded, raw?
Ungraded, but raw. Yeah, it's raw.
Okay. First appearance of Nightwing. Is it more than $100? Not more than $100.
I found one where it's less than 100.
70?
80. I think I'm gonna pull the trigger.
Yeah.
I got this $100 gift card for eBay for my mom for my birthday. So.
Oh snap! Hey man.
I don't know if you were watching Thanatos's contest video, or that was his like second prize. Yeah, for it was either Dem Legs or that one. I was gonna ask for the second prize if I had won.
Did he end up hearing from the winner of Dem Legs? It was like
that is a good question because he couldn't find that dude anywhere.
That's what scares me about because I'm gonna announce my contest probably a day next week, and like I hope it's someone that like routinely engages in my videos and like a member of the community, basically, not someone that makes videos or anything. I'm just saying like someone that I can be like, oh, that's right, I know Bonafide. He shows up in the chats, Gino, Biggie. I just hope it's not like someone that just rolled up and what do you call it?
Yeah, they're looking for a good
contest and got in on it. So D Comic Queen did a little slick thing where she, on her contest that she's doing mostly on Instagram, she was like, you have to be, one of the prerequisites, you have to be a member of the comic community. So I like that. I was like, okay.
But for me, when I did my giveaway, like I didn't want it to just be any rando that, but I wanted more subscribers, and I thought it was, it didn't bother me. And I had Metarog won my contest, so I knew it was a dude from the comic community. So I wasn't hurt by that, but
that's cool. Yeah, I hope it's someone like that. All right, guys, I'm about to go deep on y'all. Hold on.
Going deep.
About to go deep.
Speaking of deep, I'm gonna go use the restroom real quick.
Okay.
Which is my first time doing that so far in this episode. Which I'm very proud of.
As they say, breaking the seal.
Yeah. I'm about to bust right through it.
I appreciate the 7 or 8 people that are still hanging out in the chat. I'm sure I haven't even looked to see who else is live, but I'm sure there's plenty of folks. Who else is live right now? Let's look at that. Because I know on Friday, there's always like a ton of peeps that are doing their live thing. Let's see what we got. Go to my subscriptions. What the hell? YouTube. Come on, man. When you did your giveaway, you didn't even mention it. Brick Hunter, am I? Let me see if I'm subscribed to you. I don't think so. Oh, shoot, look at that. Brick Hunter's got a pretty killer Lego channel. Wow. I'm going to sub you up, brother. Wow, you got a lot of subscribers. Let's see. Comics is Therapy did their thing earlier. Right now, Yellow Flag. Yeah, not too many people live at the moment. Anyway. My lighting's really bad. Man, I gotta improve the quality of my streams.
I just had a very solid stream.
Yeah, I gotta work on my stream. All right, D, check this out.
Check it.
This is a box, one of two boxes. Okay.
Okay.
Cards, right? And you see that has a Marvel logo on it. Yeah.
Yes.
So this is a Marvel card game. Okay. Have you played Magic?
No.
In Magic, there's like land cards, and that's what allows you to, make certain moves. So in this game, there's energy cards instead of land cards, right?
Okay.
So that's one of the red energy is for villains. Boom. And then the players on this card are guys like Red Skull, right? I'm gonna get it to focus. That's Red Skull. He's a 3 energy guy. He has a little ability. 4/3 in the corner, 4 attack, 3 defense, right? So that's the Red Skull card. Here's, Rhino, right?
Yep.
Our boy Spider-Man. Okay. Now, the crazy part is, I made these cards, and me and my brother made this game.
Oh wow!
I made every single one of these cards on Photoshop. And my brother invented, I wouldn't want to say invented. I mean, it uses the format of Magic: The Gathering.
Okay.
But he knew more about Magic than I did, so he made all the powers and the numbers, so it was like balanced and stuff. And I got busy on the Photoshop, and dude, I made so many cards. They look I think they look pretty sharp. They're all laminated cardstock.
Dude, I like that.
It's fun, man, and we still play it from time to time. It was
that's a different level.
It was kind of crazy I was like, man, we just kept on upping the ante of let's do this, let's do this. This was the first card I ever made, was this Silver Surfer one.
Dude, you gotta I don't know how your love life is going right now, but you meet a lady on a first date, you need to try and play her in that.
Yeah, to just totally rule out getting laid. But let me just get this out the way, just to ensure that there's no sex tonight. I made a Marvel card game.
and I play it to this day.
Psylocke. And then, want to know what's funny? So then we made tons of Marvel characters. And I'm like, who else? Mortal Kombat characters. So Katana ended up in the game. And
gotta have your expansion deck.
And brother, wait till you see who else started showing up in the games, because you know how I roll, right? I like my boys like Jake the Snake.
Give me the Undertaker card right now.
Earthquake, bro.
Oh.
Earthquake made it into the game. Earthquake. Yeah, Quicksilver. First Strike. It was like oh, look at this one. Shredder. Master Shredder. In the art, I tried to find the best art that I could.
What's the logo on the back of it? Do they all say Marvel? Oh,
yeah, they're all just clean black and white Marvel. So it was this crazy thing that me and my brother did, Ravishing Rick Rude.
Wow. I'm glad you photoshopped it so that you could barely see that he has pants on. So it didn't get too creepy.
Yeah. And so we made it, and it was really, what was kind of cool is my brother and his son, my godchild, so my nephew, because my nephew was really getting into like the whole thing of making them and playing the game and stuff like that. So I don't know, it's just like a cool thing that me and my brother would, get together and do. It was just like, it was more that than anything of like.
No, but dude, they look really cool though. Like, I was like, at first when you showed them, I thought it was something you bought.
Some kind of pro. I know,
dude, but that's the biggest compliment you can get out of that.
Yeah, they do look pretty slick, man. Especially once I laminated them. Like, dude, so much time went into these. It's ridiculous.
You just gave it the ComicHead drop, so that was good.
Yeah, you're a big boss, man.
Yep.
Kingpin. It's actually a pretty fun game. A Chuck Norris card. I know. I totally should. I totally could use a Chuck Norris card.
Dude, that like, you could just put like, instead of the number, you just put like the infinity symbol.
Yeah. Yeah. There's nothing you can do. Oh man, are you subscribed to Centauri Stir Fried DeeRunk? I'm sure you are.
Yes.
Dude, his last haul video, they always like just really crack me up. But his last one, dude, he opens it up with some movie quotes, and which you'll definitely appreciate because DeeRunk is a big Al Bundy fan, like myself.
Yes.
And one of Al Bundy, Ed O'Neill's great performances was in Wayne's World as the dude that works at the donut shop, right? Remember that? Or no?
I don't.
Oh, man. Well, you need to watch Wayne's World 1 immediately. Or really just Google Stan Mikita's Donuts.
Okay.
That scene of Stan Mikita's Donuts with Al Bundy is so goddamn funny. And he's like, when a man kills someone in battle, he's called a hero. But when he kills a man in cold blood, it's murder.
Dude, I wasn't even subscribed to Centauri Stir Fry.
Oh man, you're.
No, I am now. Like, and I'm pretty sure you subscribed to me because he comments on my videos. So, I apologize for that. I usually sub back. So, I'm glad I'm glad this came up.
It's like straight up probably the most entertaining haul videos that I watch. He does something that I need to get better at. Like, he keeps it fairly short and sweet. Like 10 minutes, he's in and out. He just knocks you out with it, with like great comedy. Yeah, I'm gonna play this scene right now.
Okay.
Check this out. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
This is the manager, Glenn. He's here 24 hours a day. I recommend the sugar packs. They're excellent.
You can hear it with me?
Yep. I've never done a crazy thing in my life before that night. Why is it that a man kills another man in battle, it's called heroic? Yet if he kills a man in the heat of passion, it's called murder.
He's like a nutty guy that works at the donut shop. It's like one of my all-time favorite characters, man.
And me and my wife were rolling down the street the other day, and there's this commercial for a Walmart phone brand called Straight Talk, and my wife goes, "Whatever, Al Bundy," and I was like, "What?" She's like, "That was Ed O'Neill on the ad." I was like, "Oh."
Was it really?
Yeah,
Those checks.
And he wasn't even like in character, or anything. He just, was reading it like verbatim.
Family stage.
Yeah. I always look at Modern Family as the sequel, and he's now, rich and he has a good life.
Yeah. 10-4 stir fry. That was the one and only. Moral of the story is, you got to stay tuned into Stir Fry. He puts out good stuff.
Well, after we get done with our stream, I will catch up.
No ma'am. Ooh, that's a good quiz question. What does no ma'am stand for? Can we do this?
Oh my God.
Hold on, let me try to get my thing to focus a little bit. It's the National Organization of Men Against the Advancement. Oh wait, I know Amazonian is one of the A's. I think it's National Organization of Men Against Amazonian Masterhood. Is that right?
I think you're close.
Men Against Amazonian Masterhood.
Okay.
I think that sounds right. Nailed it. No
I
man.
do you remember the episode where he built a second bathroom? And
Oh yeah.
and Peggy turned it into this giant pink, like fluffy crap room. And he looks at a picture of Peggy, and then the picture fades away, and all he sees is the Grim Reaper. It's probably my favorite moment. And then he like murdered through like a bunch of like fast food burritos, and then went in there and destroyed that bathroom.
Yeah. It's freaking. I love it, man. Need some biggins.
Dude, we got to do some homework and have a Married with Children episode.
Maybe the top 5 episodes.
Yeah.
Married with Children.
And it's on Hulu now, I think. It's either Hulu or I don't think it's Netflix. I think it's on Hulu. But I'll do some homework. I'll power through a couple seasons here over the weekend. And that is just an amazing show. I love all their fights that they get into as a family, where they just fight another family. And God, dude, such a good show.
That it is. Well, I think it's time to bring this to a close. I'm going to watch that second episode of Doom Patrol tonight.
I still got to watch 1 and 2, so.
Yep, I'm up to date on the first episode. I'm going to catch the second one. For sure.
Yeah, Bonafide Comics. The if you watch the Al Bundy's Greatest Hits on YouTube, that is amazing.
Greatest Insults, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's just cool. It's classic.
Yeah, he's such a great character, and he's good for now. Where it's like, he's way more bold than characters on TV would be now. You know, he's like so politically incorrect, like. So if anything, it's like edgy content for today's market.
Yeah, that show would not exist now if it was new. No. It's possible, but it would have to be like it would have to be on like HBO or you know it just
and not in the way
that,
and not in the way that All in the Family couldn't be on TV now.
Yeah,
because All in the Family, I could see someone make the case of, you know what, Archie Bunker's kind of a racist. But I mean, it doesn't bother me because I think that they portrayed him. He's the butt of the joke. Archie Bunker's the butt of the joke. You know.
Yeah.
So you laugh at how ignorant he is.
Yeah.
But he's still, you know, he's still spitting some racial slurs. Whatever. I could see that show maybe not flying too well. But Al Bundy was not that. Al Bundy really didn't discriminate anybody. Like that's not what made him edgy. His woman hating, I guess.
Yeah, he was rather sexist. I would say.
Yeah, his thing was sexist, but
not that that's a problem in 2019.
the thing with Al is he is way more extreme, the butt of the joke, than Archie Bunker was. You know, like they don't mess around to make Al Bundy a loser. The whole joke of his character in a lot of ways is he's a loser. He's a washed up, relives his glory days from high school, a shoe salesman, which is so funny. Like I never thought of a shoe salesman as like a bad job, but now I forever think of like a shoe salesman as like, oh, what a demeaning job for some reason. Because
they did a great job at showing why it's his personal hell.
Right.
They make a Funko Pop Al Bundy where he's in his Polk High football uniform.
Say it again.
There's a Funko Pop of Al Bundy.
Oh, really?
Where he's in his Polk High football uniform.
Wow. How many touchdowns in one game? 5?
4.
4 touchdowns one game.
In a single game.
In a single game.
Legend.
Oh.
GOAT.
and you can't forget his bowling prowess. Steve Reich.
Oh my God.
Shit, man. Yeah, Genome, I hear you, brother. Married with children. Genome is there. Oh, shit. All right, man. I got to clean up all this, put all this shit away, put all my toys away.
Dude, my area where I film, like, I'm not supposed to just have comics laying around.
Yeah.
But it is always just a fucking mess, man.
Yeah, this shit is so the show. That's hopefully what I'm looking to accomplish with this little setup that I'm going to make over here, so that I don't have to set up this stupid thing each time and all that, you know?
Do you haul that into your room every time you do that?
Yeah. For this show, I do.
Don't touch it. Don't touch it.
Normally it just chills in, like where I do like my hot picks video or my new comic book day video. It just chills over my piano. That's normally where it stays. But when I do these live joints, I bring it out. Whatevs. So, all right, man.
All right. Y'all have a good night.
Thanks for hanging out, everyone. Mucho appreciated. Until next time, I am ComicHead. He is DeeRunk. We'll catch you next time.
Yes, we will.
Peace.